Northernlion. Gosh, that's not very nice. Um, I'm gonna see if he wants to play, but also further to that, I'm gonna host a server that we can play on, and maybe just regularly do a like some sort of group content on it, because it's so easy to just jump on a you know Minecraft server and have a chat and build stuff or whatever. So hopefully he'd be up for that, and other people too. I was gonna invite like Chilled, see if he wants to do it too. Could be fun. Um, Steve, I don't think Steve would really be up for it because I think he hates Minecraft, and I think his hatred for Minecraft developed after he made a Minecraft parody song back in the day called Bohemian Craft City. Yeah, I don't think he's liked it much since that. I haven't heard the song. Um, but I mean, other people like maybe Dumb Dog and Scudge, Wolf, if she wants to play on it too. Because I know the Hafu one is going, but I don't think many people play on it. Like I want to get a like one that's populated with people regularly. I'm gonna call it Sipsco SMP, but SMP is not does not stand in this case for survival multiplayer. Um, it's gonna stand for sexual marketplace, um, which I think is has a nice ring to it. Yeah, suck my people. That's the one. Yeah. Would you consider yourself Brexit's answer to Hafu? I don't know what that means. I don't think so though. No. Um, Guys, a little bit of a change to the schedule this week. No, actually, this is not a change. We'd always planned on doing this stream tonight, which we're doing. We're just waiting for Northern Lion to finish up his any percent speed run with Dan on Minecraft. They're gonna try to kill the Ender Dragon. I am assuming that's not going very well, but God, I could be surprised that maybe they'll do it. Thursday, we're still playing Tarkov in the evening with Itme JP, which will be really good. And tomorrow we've got Among Us in the morning. We're doing a normal Among Us lobby tomorrow morning with the crew, and then we're gonna have a little break, and then we're gonna be playing with Hafu and Co in the evening, 4 o'clock. So that'll be good. Thursday we are going to do proximity chat in the morning with the crew, which should be pretty fun. Everybody's ready. I don't have the lobby list yet, but I'll get it tomorrow. A lot of people are interested in doing it, so we'll have a good lobby for it, and it'll be good fun. And then Thursday night we play Tarkov with Itme JP, and then Friday Among Us in the morning, be a normal lobby, a break, and then we're playing with Hafu and them again at 4 o'clock on Friday. So another super busy week, but it should be good. Should be really good fun. It's always nice to play with those guys. Like Steve and Dumb Dog and all those guys, and Hafu, of course, Wolf. Like we get to play with like people that we like to play with, so it's pretty fun. I am aware though that we are doing lots of group content all of a sudden. Okay, I've been around for 9 years. I started off doing a lot of group content, and then I did a lot of solo content for a long ass time. Okay, and I get it. I know it can be jarring. Sometimes you just want to watch me. I get it. Okay. That's why we'll find a balance, all right, between group and solo content. I'll still do solo content. I still want to do solo content. Believe it or not, as much as I like talking to people, sometimes I don't want to talk to anybody. I think it's human nature. So we'll find the balance, okay? Don't worry. Do what I enjoy. I am, and the balance is what I enjoy. I feel better about it in myself, and I feel better about it for you guys out there who only like the solo content. I don't want to alienate people. So I'll do it, okay? Night Tarkov yesterday with the group was fun. Yeah, it always is. It's good fun. They're good. They're good people. I'm a huge noob. Yeah, the biggest. You've never seen a noob like this. Raft would be good with the Hat Boys. We can do it. Ross messaged me today. He wants to do some stuff. They're always up for stuff, and I'm always up for stuff with them. They're my dearest friends. I will always do stuff with those guys. Talk to no one equals talk at chat. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Will I do Rocket League with Hat Films? I think 4v4 could be rough, but we'll see. Wolf played until 5 a.m. That's crazy. That is actually nuts. And worrying on the health front as well, but it happens. Can we expect any streams with tour with my cock out? Yeah, well, my cock is kind of always out. You know, you can only see me from like the shoulders down pretty much. I'm often not wearing pants out here, and my dick is just flopping around all over the place. So, but very rarely is it at full attention. We're all naked under our clothes. That's a good point, yeah. What time is it for me? It's 9 o'clock. It's 2 minutes to 9. Northernlion's going to be about 10 minutes late, he said, which is fine, because I can just chat to you guys for like 10 minutes. I'm pretty fly brother man. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I had to shave today as well. It was about time. It was getting to be too much. You want to see? See? Look, I did like on the neck here. You can see my neck is like quite... I'm like the Pillsbury Doughboy under here. I took it pretty close. Still got the mustache a little bit there. Yeah. Nice. You guys... Yeah. Good. Good. Neck beard has been eliminated. That's right. Stop sensually rubbing my neck. Okay, sorry. Who's playing tomorrow in the morning lobby? Tomorrow's lobby is... let me just see here. Myself, Wolf, RT Game is playing with us tomorrow. Ravs, Harry, Humes, Yeti, Stumpy Cole, and Vikram. Should be a good one. We had, it's good. The sign-up thing makes it so lobbies are just like, boom, easy. The only thing that's kind of sucks about the sign-up thing is that like 20 people sign up for each one. So I have to just pick and choose and try to balance things out and stuff. You know, boy. It happens.
Listen, I don't want to force you to show off your talents while you wait for the Lion Man from the north, but I will however give you 10 gift IDO sub-bedos if you play and win a 1v1 in the solos playlist.
Right.
Is that worth your time? No?
Okay, how do I do that? A 1v1 in the solos playlist. How do I do that? Should I do a competitive game? Look, I've done 7 out of my 10 matches played. Should I do a standard 3v3? Is that the best mode to play on? Or is this the one I want to do? Duel, a ranked one-on-one. A ranked 1v1. Okay. Let's go. Let's fucking try it out. Shall we? Let's see if we can do it. You like this game, but people start flying around, you get outclassed instantly? I feel the same. I'm not good at this at all. 3v3 is best for beginners? Alright, you ready? I have no chance at 1v1. I'm using a controller. I got one, don't worry. I'm playing against bot. Oh, sorry. What's the boost button? See, I can't even remember what buttons do what. Do I want the ball cam on all the time? Whoops. Can I just quit? Will I get in trouble for leaving the match? Or what? Bot scored, yeah. Whoa. Look out. You got a piece of that one. Let me tell you. It's old Jiminy Cricket. Oh, watch out. Whoops. 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 Oh, I didn't want that to happen. I'm out of boost. I'm all out of boost. Oh, look out, bitch! Freaking out, bitch! I got him. I got him. Whoops. Did this guy just forget how to play or what? Maybe he never knew how? Oh shit. Watch out. What's my best move here? Not that one. Maybe just like hit it there. Oops. I tried to sneak it by him, chat, but I'm so bad.
Congrats to you and your wife Sipsy. Will you be calling the new baby Peter or Penny to continue
Nope.
the Whack dynasty?
Yeah, I'm gonna be calling him Whack Attack. Nope. Watch out. Oh, look out. Got it. I'm in the lead. I'm in the fucking lead. I did it. I'm in the fucking lead. Oh shit, look out. Almost blew him up. My little wiener car. Whoops. Oh. Is this where this guy pulls out the razzle dazzle? He's like, he's had enough. Was that a good use of a boost? Oh shit. This guy does have the moves. Oh shit. Is this guy just like trying to practice his big moves or what? It's just not like... Nope. What's with this fucking dribbling? Oh. Whoops, I missed. Oh, look out, bitch. Oops, I missed. Oh shit. Nope. I'm out of boost. No, come on. See, I can't do like these mid-air touches that
My
people
New
do.
Year's resolution is to be more positive this year. I'm gonna have to break that resolution 5 days in.
Right.
The sound of your car is fucking unbearable.
Come on! It's a cute car! Man, my son picked this one. He didn't, by the way. Oh! Oh my god. You don't like the sound of my car? It's a fucking beaut. Oh. Is this guy gonna dumpster me now? Did he just let me get ahead on purpose? Oh yeah. Oh, I can't believe he missed that. I'm pretty good at getting the boosts, though. Oh, 10 gift subs. Come on. Come on, pay up, bitch. Oh my god, I did it. I won the 1v1. I almost quit. I almost quit. I did it. What's my FOV? Is that bad? Did I have a bad one or what? No? Bad? Good? Bad? Jeez. Okay. Listen. Turning off screen shake is very helpful. Okay. Where's that? Is that in video? Borderless, high quality. Okay, motion blur off. Weather effects, transparent goalposts, lens flares, light shafts, bloom. Do I want all this shit off? Max FPS. Should we put it at like 144? Basically. All this shit off. Bloom. Oh yeah, the bloom. Light shafts. Does that do anything? Oh, are you guys ready? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. I can hear you.
I can hear you too. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I just won a 1v1.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
look at that.
Yeah, I know. The tick rate is based off FPS. Turn FPS all the way up, increase the FOV, and turn off screen shake.
Oh, so you're
everybody is
experiencing
really-
Rocket
yeah.
League chat. Yeah.
Yeah, the back seating has begun already.
You need to go to your settings and put on. Oh, I forget. Chat. What's the name of the pro whose settings all the other pros use? I can't remember now.
Do you use the settings as well?
I do actually, because
Okay. Camera
so
settings.
one thing I think it does make a difference, and then the other thing is if you don't do it for the rest of your life, all you are going to see in chat is like, this is painful to watch because of the FOV.
Right. Okay. So camera shake off. FOV is what?
105.
105. Okay. Oh, that's almost max. Okay. Yeah.
Distance 260.
Okay. What's
Height.
what's the difference between 260? I mean, I know
I
the
got
difference
no
between
idea.
260 and 270, but
I actually have no clue. I just copied whatever they told me to put in.
right. Okay. 260.
Height 110.
Right.
Angle -2.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Stiffness 0.5.
Okay.
There's a joke in there somewhere, I'm sure. Swivel speed 2.5.
There's a joke in there too, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
And transition speed 1,
One.
which I think is default. And I have invert swivel on, but I don't know if that actually matters.
It's on by default, so I don't know if it...
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
and
I'm
then
gonna crank up, like, I got a new monitor, so I'm gonna crank up this monitor and see. Oh, it's like I'm inside the game right now.
holy jeez.
Oh,
What kind of
wow.
monitor? Do you get one of those curved monitors?
It
or-
is. My
Is it?
wife got me a 32-inch curved gaming monitor, and it's like,
Wow.
it's basically like being in virtual reality at all times. Even when I'm just like
Jesus.
responding to emails, it's like, oh my god. Chad probably doesn't notice at all, but for me, I'm like, man, I'm in
Yeah,
it.
yeah. What kind of refresh rate does that have?
I think it's 144.
Wow. Man, I got a 144, but it's like it's just like an average size screen, right? And
Yeah.
so I got it because at the time I was playing a whole bunch of Overwatch, and I was like, I bet you this is gonna give me the edge, you know?
Yeah,
like I'm
yeah.
gonna get way more headshots and it's gonna look better and stuff. It didn't at all.
Yeah.
I'm still really bad. It just did not help. But at least I can tell people that I have the right monitor now. you know?
Yeah. And now you need a gamer chair if you don't have one.
I've got one of those too. Yeah.
Well, then
And
you're,
that has not helped much either.
it's
I gotta
just
say.
too late now.
No, yeah, it's ruined my posture as well. I seem to slouch in this thing more than I have in any other chair that I've owned.
I
It's
did
comfortable,
when I have so many streamers, like there's big streamers on Twitch who just stream their forehead, which is like weird to me. And then
Yeah.
there's streamers who stream on like an angle, like the camera's almost like mounted on their ceiling and then it's pointed
down or
Yeah.
to the side. Yeah, you get like a lot of,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
What
I
about-
when I tuned into yours, I was like, man, this guy, he's got the angle I wish I had the confidence for, which is almost like a low angle, like straight on.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just like the camera's just in front of me, but I mean, I just don't care. You know what I mean? Like I got nothing. I got nothing to show, but I have nothing to hide either. So I just like whatever. I just put the camera
can
on
relate.
and hope for the best. But yeah, I don't the angle I don't understand. I mean, the angles are different for guys and girls, like for reasons and stuff.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah. But the angle that I don't understand is the one where it seems like the camera's on the floor and then it's pointing like upwards. Have you ever seen that one before?
I don't think I've ever seen that
It's
one.
really, it's not like I'm exaggerating. It's not on the floor, but it's like an upward angle, right? So you can kind of see like parts of the ceiling, but then you can just sort of see like under the jaw of the streamer. So
It turns out I do have something to hide. I don't want to do that angle, but
Right.
it would help my hairline for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I need to add you to my. Are you playing on Steam?
yes, and
Okay.
and it's linked through Epic as well. So
Okay, so
I
need
think
to
it probably
find-
auto added you like if we're on Steam, right?
So let me make sure I'm on Steam, but I am in the Epic version of the game. Sometimes
Oh,
it gets
right,
a
okay.
little it gets a little messed up. Like I don't
Yeah.
see you online on.
Oh,
Steam
weird. Okay.
Right now.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me just make sure that I'm actually on. Oh, yeah. No, it's because I don't know why Steam does this. It signs me out of friends all the time.
Oh yeah, there's been updates and
Well, yeah.
so on and
it's
so
weird,
forth.
right?
Yeah.
I should be on now.
Okay.
I always forget to check as well. It's just like so sort of tucked away, you know, like the overlay and the friends list and stuff. I always
No, I hear
forget
you.
to look.
I think, Chad, you know, there's a way to make this happen. How do I add him on Epic? Because like you can see, like I got 3 friends online right here, and I got many friends offline, but I do not see Sips himself. Someone here has to have known what to do with it.
There's like, I think there's like, every once in a while it says that like I've added somebody when I haven't added them. Oh, I just got a friend request. Oh, there you go.
Just took a lucky guess.
There
at
we
what
go. Okay, so I
Okay.
can see you online on Steam, but now that the Epic thing is done, it
Yeah.
should link up, right? Somehow.
I
There
think
you go. There you
in
go.
the game, you should see some invites. Okay.
Wow,
Oh my
that's
God.
quite the car you've got there.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm
as
surprised.
well.
I brought my best, by the way. This is
Well, you know, I mean, one good turn deserves another. I think I can.
all I'm missing now is a briefcase filled with jelly beans, and then it's wow, that's good.
I got the same car. I don't know if I have like a cool hat. I could roll the like Rick and Morty hats. Those are pretty content. Or Dead Mouse, he's pretty cool.
Dead Mouse. Oh yeah, Dead Mouse. God, I forgot about Dead Mouse. He's a fellow Ontario person as well, isn't he?
He's from Niagara Falls, I think.
Oh my God, Ontario.
So
Marineland is the place to go.
It's another, you know, there's a place I know in Ontario. Yeah.
I love it, yeah.
Everyone loves Marineland.
Yeah, yeah.
There's one time for New Year's Eve, I was in Niagara Falls with my friends, and Dead Mouse was playing a concert. And
wow.
we went to a convenience store, and they were like, "Hey, are you going to the concert tonight?" We're like, "No, who's playing?" And then they went, "Oh, Dead Mouse 5 is gonna play."
Dead Mouse 5. Yeah, that's what I used to call him as well. Like I knew it was Dead Mouse. I just thought it was funnier to call him Dead Mouse 5. Just like
She was serious, I think. She was like,
"Oh my God, Dead Mouse 5."
I sent you a squad stream invite as well, and then
Oh,
apart
yeah,
from
sure,
that,
sure.
I think we are all.
Okay, I was thinking. I know, like we're gonna do twos, right? And
Yeah.
and I suck at the game really bad. Like
That's fine. Me too.
But I was thinking, we could do twos, but I understand that the popular way to play this is 3v3. If we wanted, we could queue into 3v3s and have like an unknown teammate who we could just blame everything on when things go bad.
Honestly, I'm searching for threes. I like
I think
I like that idea.
Because somebody's got to take the fall here, and it's certainly not going to be me.
Yeah,
and
the
I don't want to
streamers-
blame you either. So
Yeah.
Just
Like,
get-
have you? How much Rocket League have you played in your lifetime?
well, I played it a lot when it first came out. It was like, you know, this is like what 6-7 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I liked it. I liked the idea of it. And then I haven't played it much since until like recently, I guess. Like more recently, I started playing it again.
Yeah, I
So
got
like all in
into it.
all, maybe like 15 hours of Rocket
No,
League.
okay.
Yeah, not a great amount of Rocket League, unfortunately. I mean, I can kind of hit the ball sometimes, but
I think it should be fine. We
It's touch
might
and go.
because
Oh.
it's based on my rank, I think, and I'm like gold 3, which is not good. But we might come into going up against some people who are a little sweaty.
Okay.
Gold is like a decent level where like people tend to have like some tactics. Oh my god,
Right.
look at this. Look at this.
Nope.
Oh,
See,
that's
the
all right.
15 hours showcased there in. Oh,
Oh,
Jesus, that was really close. Yeah, no. I mean, I played with Dumdog the other day.
yeah.
Apollo, I guess. Do you call him Dumdog or Apollo? Both?
Usually Apollo. It's been very funny watching some of the Among Us content where people call him Dumb Dog. Like it just feels weird because you know, I've known him for so long.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Especially because originally that wasn't even his Twitch username. So it's anytime they're like, Dumb Dog, where were you? I'm like, I don't know.
But he flies around a lot, and
Oh, he's
also,
insanely good.
yeah, another thing that I noticed about him is that if the ball is in the air, he hits it every time.
Yeah, he doesn't miss too often. That's
For me, if
sure.
the ball is in the air, I just stay on the ground and hope that it lands close to me. You know.
Well,
Just-
you're leading the team right now, so you're
am
doing
I?
something right.
I got the most points.
I think you may have had a shot on goal.
Oh, you know what I did? I had that one that I missed. Oops.
No, I think it's good. It's fine.
That's
By the way-
also a goal, not ours.
I heard that like congratulations are in order. You
Oh
guys are having
yeah.
another
Oh you
kid?
yeah. It's yeah, we had our first scan. So we're having a third
yeah.
child for some reason. Cuz you know, just two isn't enough, I guess. So we decided to get greedy and have a third one. But I think my wife always wanted to have three. I had a brother, so like I'm from a 2-kid household.
Right. Yeah.
And I feel like you have as many kids as you kind of grew up with, right?
Yeah.
Like for the
I
most
think
part.
that's true.
Like
We're still deciding, like, because my
Yeah.
wife had a sister, but I was an only child.
right.
So like I don't know what it's like to be part of a 2-kid household, and she's always like, man, I wish I was an only child growing up. So
I mean, it was kind
we'll figure it
of
out.
it was kind of fun having my brother was like 6 years younger, so like I guess
Okay, yeah.
like 2 years older than you. But like when I was 12, he was 6, sort of thing, right? So I was just like,
Yeah, it's a big difference for sure.
yeah. When you're young, but now it's not so bad because he's like 34 or whatever.
But back when you were 12 and he was 6, he's like a stupid
Yeah.
little kid, and you're
Oh,
like,
he
I'm
was,
super
yeah.
cool. I'm 12 years old. I'm basically like an
Exactly, yeah.
adult.
Yeah. So I mean, it was okay, but like, so there's gonna be like a 10-year difference between the baby and my son. By the
Yeah.
time the baby's born, and then a 5-year difference between the baby and my daughter. So it's not too bad.
No,
But-
that seems
Oops.
pretty normal.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if you guys are having more, I mean, your baby's just what, like 3 months old or something.
3
right?
months, yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like you'll probably have a better idea after a year. Like a lot
That's what I'm
changes when they're like a year, right?
Like the sentiment that we have towards it changes so much day to day.
Yeah.
Like when she does something cute, we're like, oh, we should have like 8 kids.
Yeah.
And then when she
Poops up
has
the
like
wall.
a day, yeah, she
I
like,
never
poops
want
and it
any more.
explodes up her diaper. We're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Can we take this one back to the hospital?
Here we go. Oh, shit, I missed it. Sorry.
It's no sorry required.
I'm just like eternally sorry though. I'm just
It's the
from
Canadian
that part of the
way.
world. Like, yeah, it is. It very much is, isn't it?
I actually had a question about that because I feel like Canadians we are renowned for politeness,
Yeah.
but I don't actually. My personal take is I don't think Canadians are actually any nicer
No.
than any other group of people on the planet. I feel like we're polite, but also like really talk about people in other countries behind their back.
Yeah, I think so. But we sort of rely on the. Have you been to Europe? Like, have you gone? Did you do the whole backpacking thing across Europe or whatever?
No, but I've been a little bit to like Sweden and
Right.
Iceland, but only for like media events. So
Right. Because I know, like, when I went, I went backpacking, because my wife is from Europe, right? So we,
yeah,
like, I think it was like 2000, we did like a big train trip all around Europe where we did like a major city a day. So we'd
yeah.
sleep on the train at night to whatever our destination was, and then wake up, do the city, book another train ride to the next city, and we did that for like 2 weeks. So we saw like tons of Europe, which was great. But I noticed that while we were doing that, Canadians really play on the whole like politeness card, right?
Yeah.
Like you knew there was a Canadian with you or near you or whatever, because they'd always have a massive flag like on their backpack.
Exactly,
or like
dude, that's
they'd
a
have like a
Canadian thing.
Canadian sweater or something like that, just to sort of tell people, you know what, I'm not American. I'm Canadian.
know.
I'm the polite guy. Like, give me a break here, sort of thing. Like, they
I
really
don't know
play
if
on it.
Americans know this,
No.
and maybe there's some truth to it, but there is an insidious rumor in Canada that when Americans travel abroad, one of the things they do is sew Canadian flags onto their backpack.
Yes,
So that
I heard that.
it's like
yeah.
a genuine, and I don't know, there's probably a little truth to it, maybe.
Yeah.
But Canadians like spread that rumor that like, oh yeah, if Americans are in Europe, they always pretend to be Canadian. Yo, nice shot.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I would do the same. If I was American and I was traveling abroad, which, you know, could happen, I guess, I would also
Sure, yeah.
pretend I was Canadian as well. Because I think internationally, the reputation is probably, like you said, you know, we're known as being polite or, you know, like
People, I think, tend to have a
mild-mannered or
positive.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People have strong opinions about America, for sure. And Canada, mostly, they're like, you know, lightly positive in general, I would say.
Yeah. Whoops.
Until
Man,
they meet us.
Sports Addict 3 just dropped the ball there big time.
It's a great name, though.
Who is this
Sports
clown?
Addict
Yeah.
3.
Sports Addict 3, just addicted to sports, I guess. Just can't get enough of them. How did you guys Minecraft go, by the way?
We did not complete our speed run in the 2-hour time period.
Right.
You're like you're a Minecraft guy. You like,
I've played a lot of Minecraft, yeah.
Okay, so we made it to the Nether.
Okay.
And we got some gold, and we
Right.
traded it to the piglins. Like
Okay.
I'm not a Minecraft guy, so
All
I
right.
don't really
How
know.
much Minecraft have you played? Like,
Oh, probably like hundreds of hours, but almost all of it was in beta. So
Right.
all this stuff, everything from the Nether onwards is like new to me. Like when they added
well, yeah, that stuff's all new, right? The new Nether, they added like biomes to the Nether and stuff. That's like recent. Oh.
the last time I played Minecraft like semi-seriously was just at literally when they added that you have to eat now and then for hunger.
Oh, right. Okay.
So like 2011. It's been
Okay.
a long time.
Yeah. I'm gonna I want to try to play some Minecraft with Dan next week. I don't know if you'd be
Yeah.
up for it, but
Dude, depending on the time, is definitely
yeah. I'm gonna get like a server going, like just something that's up, so because it's so easy. It's so easy to play Minecraft and just like chat and do content. You know? Like it's
absolutely, yeah.
it's a fairly like chill game sort of thing. So I want to try to get, well, you guys, if you're up for it, for sure. And then some other people too, you know, who just want to like, whoa, shit, that was close. Who just want to
like,
build some dumb stuff and just basically podcast over it while we build stuff, because it's
I couldn't agree more.
so
yeah.
mindless, you know what I mean? So if you're up
I
for it,
would love to.
yeah, it'd be good fun.
And I
I'm
think,
sorry
like,
for
that's kind of
sorry for
where-
asking you on the spot as well. I don't know.
It is bad Twitch etiquette, but I do it all
yeah,
the time.
sorry.
anyway. But I don't have any problem saying no either.
No,
on
yeah.
stream.
No.
So that's okay, especially now because I'm like, you know, the baby.
Yeah, that's
Normally,
like we were saying last time. It's such a good excuse for pretty much everything now.
it's
isn't it?
amazing. Yeah.
Now I can be like, I'm supposed to go to a wedding next year and stuff, and now it's just like, well, the baby's due in July, so I don't know if I can make it to the wedding anymore. Nope, I can't leave my house ever again,
course,
pretty
yeah.
much.
It's a great excuse.
It really is, yeah. And nobody ever questions it, right? It's just
Well,
like,
you'd have to have like some serious confidence in it.
yeah.
Like
you're
I
social-
feel like other parents might be more likely to question it if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they know exactly how much work it takes, whereas like people who don't have kids are just like, oh, it takes a lot. But if I was like, hey, can you like, you know, answer my email, and they're like, sorry, the baby, I'd be like, yeah, but it only takes 5 minutes.
The baby will be fine while you answer my email.
It's an important email. Like, I got a baby. I understand it takes a lot of work, but you can answer the email. I'm not asking you to, like, you know, start taking night classes.
Yeah. Oh my god. Hey, have you ever taken night classes?
I did. I
for
got
anything?
I got an associate's diploma in software enginering.
Oh,
In
nice.
between 2015. Oh God.
Jesus Christ.
Between 2015 and 2018.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you engineer much like software off the back of it or?
So like the largest project I ever did was like a two-person game that we built in Unity for a class, and
Oh, nice.
it was like a 4 or 5 level like bad mobile quality game. But I was
Okay.
like, we were very much like novice programmers and game designers at the time. So,
Right, right.
um, but apart from that, it's just a lot of like like algorithms basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You like you want to make a clock in Java or make a calculator in C# or something like that. That was
Yeah,
most
yeah,
of it.
yeah.
It's not
Nice.
that extreme. Do you
So
have
you
any programming
Yeah,
knowledge?
I went
Oh,
to college for programming,
oh, so
but I went
there
to
you go.
college for programming in 2001.
Oh, when you actually had to be
Yeah,
good.
yeah. We learned. I went to Algonquin in Ottawa.
Oh
We
yeah,
learned the big language then was C++. We learned
right.
like C++ was like all of our major programming modules. And then we had Java, a bit of Java, Visual Basic, if you remember Visual
A
Basic.
long time ago, but yeah.
We did a bit of that. We had this whole module on Excel spreadsheets, but like programming in Excel spreadsheets. It was really odd.
Yeah, I got no expertise
Yeah.
there.
No, me neither. Even though I've done the module, it was I still have none.
Are they?
Um,
Is Excel spreadsheets? Because I had a job that I was not qualified for as a database administrator.
oh, nice.
I feel like that was like they're done in VBA or something like that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's not programming so much as it's like queries and macros.
Yeah,
or, I
yeah.
don't know.
Did you
It's
do
been
much
been a
like SQL or anything when you were doing your? Oh my god!
Oh God.
Jesus Christ! Oh, that was really close.
Sorry, did I do much what? I got so
Oh,
flooded
like
by
SQL, like database stuff?
Oh
or-
yeah, like we did like some full stack development. Like I took some web development courses where we used like MongoDB and
Ooh.
stuff like that. But yeah, never really got to the point where it was like extreme, for sure. Hey,
You got it.
We did it.
That's a beaut. Is this just casual or ranked?
This is ranked, believe it or
Oh,
not.
nice. Okay, I think I have like 2 more or 1 more game before I actually know what my rank is.
It'll be interesting to see. I mean, I don't feel like you're dragging us down here.
Good. Thank you.
I mean, you scored the first goal there.
1. I got slowpoke though. I did get slowpoke of the team.
Oh, that's
know.
okay.
I don't know if that's
I
bad,
wouldn't
but-
let that get you down.
So
We
it's-
do have
so-
a Rocket League Pro in our chat, by the way. We have this is Mertzy. Thank you, Mertzy. He did insult my card choice, but apart from that, he's pogging up.
Right. Okay. What level of pro is he?
I don't want to insult him.
Okay.
I feel like he is like in the top 0.1, 0.01%, but
Jeez.
maybe slightly below like Wayne Gretzky levels, but extremely like popular for the content that he makes.
Man.
More of like a Harlem Globetrotters than
Oh,
like
man.
a LeBron James or something like that, I think.
Did you ever get to see the Harlem Globetrotters? Like
I did.
remember
They came
the
to my
commercial.
hometown.
Oh, did they?
They came to Kingston once, I think, when I was a
Man,
kid.
I remember the commercials being on all the time because we used to get WOKR
Oh, yeah.
Rochester, the triple Doppler radar thing and everything. Remember you used to get like Watertown
yeah.
and Rochester channels like in Eastern Canada. So I remember every once in a while you get like Harlem Globetrotters and like Disney on Ice commercials. And and that other one, the what is it, Medieval Times, the
I never
jousting
saw
banquet.
Televised
did.
Medieval Times. That's cool. I went to Medieval Times once, and it was like, the greatest dining entertainment experience of my life. But
Sure.
as an 8th grader, at least.
Oh my gosh.
But I always thought like, even now I kind of don't get it. Like, why aren't the Harlem Globetrotters in the NBA? Because they seem like
really good, right?
I've never seen like Kevin Durant like spin the ball on his finger so fast that like the other guy's eyes go like cross-eyed.
No. But it's probably a two-parter though. Like one, I think they're too fancy for the NBA, and everybody would get annoyed with their antics.
Yeah, they'd be
And
like,
two,
hey.
it's all for
That's
show,
not how we
right?
play.
So they
I
play
think
like
so.
they play show matches, and nobody really tries too hard to like foil their moves and stuff.
Yeah, they don't play defense, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like wrestling, maybe.
Yeah, because I feel
like-
like if it was like for the championship or I can't remember what the NBA Cup thing is. It's been so long, but those guys are going to try their hardest, right? They're not going to let some guy just spin the ball and like
bounce it off their shoe, and
moonwalk and stuff while he's dribbling and everything. Like they're just gonna they'll foul him or something, right?
Yeah, I think so. Or like pretend that the Harlem Globetrotters fouled them. They'd like fall backwards.
Oh yeah, I guess that happens a lot. Yeah. Whoops. Oh,
I don't know about that one.
You got it. You got it. It's a beaut. Yeah. Do you? I meant to ask you last time we chatted as well. I don't know if you remember this. Maybe you're like not as old as me, but I remember there used to be this store called Consumers Distributing.
Oh yeah, my dad and my grandpa loved it. You go in, you order from a catalog, and then they get it from like the back.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and there was a huge one in Kingston because I remember we used to go to Kingston fairly often to visit like family friends. Like they had kids and stuff. We'd like stay at their house on the weekend or whatever. And I always remember like falling asleep in the car, waking up, and then if you saw that massive Consumers Distributing, you knew that there was like only 5 minutes left of the car ride, sort of thing.
Now that's ancient lore. Like that went out of business a long time ago.
It must have, right?
But that building is kind of like historic. I'm trying to think of what it actually became, because I think it went out of business when I was like 7 or 8.
Oh,
so
right,
I have memories of being in there. I think it might have become like temporarily it was like a Blockbuster, and then it became like a what's it called? Good Life Fitness or something like that. God. And then it's just like constantly changing hands.
I got my mom bought me Dr. Mario for the NES from Consumers Distributing. I was so excited because I thought, oh man, great, like a new Mario game, but it was Dr. Mario, which was not that exciting when I got home with it. But yeah,
there's not even a jump button in this game.
It's such a weird thing, like having to order from a catalog in store and then just waiting for a dude to go out back to get your stuff for you.
Oh, nice save.
Yep.
Yeah, it was strange, but I have very fond memory of that store.
Yeah,
sure.
Like
and at the time I had no idea that like the one in Kingston was like unusual.
It seemed big, like it was like a mega store or something. Like in my limited experience with Consumers Distributing, I know like there was like a small one in the local mall sort of thing, but that one was just huge. You could see it from miles away. It's like this big blue building.
Oops. That's I'm trying to remember. Like there's usually like 2 Kingstonians in my chat. I'm pretty sure it used to be it used to be on like
just like lore keepers.
Princess Street or Bath Road on the way from uptown into downtown.
Oh my god, this game is tied.
It's 0-0.
Ooh.
It was an amazing hit.
That was a really good... He flew... Oh.
And then I totally blew it.
No. Oh. We can get it back. We can get it back. Oh, no. I missed it.
It's funny, like, when I think back to, like... Oh, no.
Oh, no. I thought blowing him up would, like, change the course of the ball. Not give it a boost in.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, we got 7 seconds. This is very doable.
We just got to get like a really cheeky one off the.
Yeah. It's funny, like that Ontario experience growing up. Like, there were always towns that you when you drove by them, there were like local landmarks, like that enormous apple that's on the 401.
Yeah.
Or like. You're going through Belleville, you got to stop at like the Quinty Mall. Maybe you could play 9 holes of mini golf or whatever. And then there's always like a weird mini golf trailer. And you go to Ottawa because that's where like the closest IKEA is. And you're like, wow, this is we're fancy IKEA. It's even got like a restaurant in it.
I know, but it's like it's all such mundane stuff, right? There's like nothing actually that exciting, but you get excited about that stuff. You know, you're on the road for so long, and you see a Wendy's, and it's like a game changer.
Yeah, always, anytime we like drove to, because it was further for me, because we were like maybe 2 hours from, all right, not 2 hours, maybe like 8 hours. Oh wait, I don't know what I'm talking about. It was like 2 hours to the border. 2 hours.
Yeah,
anyway,
from Kingston. Yeah, it's
to
probably
Ottawa
something.
or like
Yeah.
Hull.
We
but
used to
when
go to
we-
Cornwall, which
Oh yeah, yeah.
It
Always
was-
has a strange aroma.
yeah, it does. Yeah, it's a
It's
very
it's a
industrial
smelly town.
aroma.
Great shot.
But yeah, that's like they had the bridge right over to the States, so that's where we'd
Yeah.
always go for
Top
some reason.
6.
Always remember like when you cross into the Quebec border and you start seeing like Saint Hubert or Saint Hubert instead of
Hubert,
yeah.
yeah.
You're like, oh man, that's crazy. Back home we have Swiss Chalet. Here they got Saint Hubert.
Yeah, what they used to do they used to do a double, right? It was like a St. Hubert Swiss Chalet like double.
Oh, we in Ontario they're still rocking the Harvey's Swiss Chalet double.
Oh my God, yeah, Harvey's. It was like the only fast food place you could go to get a hot dog. Like nowhere else
Yeah, it's
sold hot
weird.
dogs. Yeah, but then Harvey's you could just get a hot dog. I used to get them all the time. That was like one of those places that your dad used to go to when he was a kid, right? So like it was a big deal for you to go as a kid. I
Yeah,
don't know,
so
or
you
maybe that's just my dad. I don't know.
No, I had the same thing. My dad was always like, "Oh, you got to go to A&W and get the pony sauce."
Yeah, my dad took me to A&W one time and he got me a whistle dog. Have you ever had one of
Oh,
those?
I've never had them, but actually,
Okay.
it's my wife's like favorite thing from A&W. But I think, or was no wait, it was my lab partner from programming class. It was his favorite thing from
Just loves whistle dogs,
A&W.
yeah.
And he was going off. He was going off like, "Oh, they're discontinuing the whistle dog. This sucks." I was like, "Man, I don't have that level of passion for it. I
the
can't
whistle
I
dog,
can't
yeah.
meet you in the middle."
I had it one time. It was like hyped beyond like anything I've ever known. Like my dad was a cop, and
Okay.
so he spent a lot of time eating in his car, like
Notice
I guess
the
cops
big
do.
boomer.
And I went with him one day. It was like a shadow day with school. I was pretty young. I was like, I don't know, 11 or something. And anyway, he was like, "Oh, son, this can be." Well, he didn't call me son, but he was, he's just like, "This is gonna be a great day. Like, I'm gonna show you around like the city and stuff, and like my patrol route and everything. Then we're gonna go to A&W, and I'm gonna get you a whistle dog, and they're
Oh.
amazing. Oh, they're the best hot dogs you'll ever have. And I have one for lunch every day." And I was like, "Wow, this is gonna be the best." And then it was just like this really depressing hot dog that we ate in a police car. Just like, like in one of those little like radar traps or like the speed traps that they set up. That was it. It was not that exciting in the end. Oops.
I always wondered though, like for great
Oh.
sake. For like take your kid to work day. I always wondered like if your dad is a cop, like what happens if there's like a serious crime? Like are you just
Yeah.
in the car when they respond to like, shots fired at the bank or whatever?
Jeez, I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm glad that didn't happen. I'd assume it'd just be a thing like, well, here's some change for the bus.
Yeah.
Like, see you later. you gotta go home. Just like shots fired. Yeah, I don't know. Like I went with him twice. One time when he was like a patrol cop, and then another time when he was like he used to work in ident, so he used to have to take pictures of like crime scenes basically.
Oh yeah.
And that was a weird one because we went to this. I was with him all day. I got to shoot a gun and stuff like at the firing range, which was kind of cool too. But he took me to like. He had to go to this woman's apartment that they were investigating her for arson. Like they thought she burned her
Yeah.
apartment down for insurance or whatever. And he had to take pictures of like, this burnt down apartment, which was weird. Like I'm not sure I was actually allowed to be there, but there I was at this burnt down apartment helping my dad take pictures. It was weird. I don't know. I never wanted to be a cop. Maybe
After that, yeah.
maybe that
especially-
experience was like what cemented it or whatever. But I always just thought it was like kind of a crappy job,
Yeah, no, I mean I agree, but now I'm realizing there's a lot of similarities with streaming. Like I eat a lot of meals in my chair as well. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Not my car so much, but
No, but it's It's sometimes shots are fired as well.
Oh, absolutely. Like
Might have to
people
take a
just
bus.
come. People are constantly critical of me at this job, much like people are critical of the police.
Of the
so
police, yeah, very critical nowadays as well, right?
I'd say I almost have it like as hard as the police. So not quite as dangerous, but like your ego gets damaged a lot.
Oh god, yeah.
For
As a
sure.
cop, yeah, it must be constant, right? It's just like
Oh, I'm in as a streamer.
no, but I mean, as a streamer,
as the cop,
your,
yeah,
your
especially.
ego gets dented a lot. But as a cop too, I imagine, like, you know, nobody likes you, right? You're ruining everybody's
Yeah.
good time. Fuck you, pigs, and like all that
Oh,
stuff.
God.
Like, no thanks. I don't need that.
No, I mean I couldn't agree more.
It's bad enough being called fat and bald every day. I don't
Joe,
need to
you're
be-
telling me, man.
I
Yeah.
don't need to be called a pig as well. That's it's not what I need.
I'm trying to think. Like I had very few interactions with the police in my life, but I have indeed. I got 2 underage drinking tickets in college on 2 consecutive days.
Wow, underage in Ontario?
Yeah, it was my late birthday. So
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's kind of. I think you should be able to legally have a beer
Yeah.
when your closest friend turns 19, even if
Sure.
you're only, you
Yeah.
know, like 12.
I agree with that. I think. Oh, that was very nice. Very nice. I just didn't think that they were as strict because it's like what's 19 in Ontario, right?
Yeah,
Drinking?
okay. So like it was underage, but also like open container. But they only gave me the underage. So I mean,
right.
they were kind of like, come on, man, like you're like at least only commit like 1 misdemeanor at a time, maybe.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
We were lucky in Ottawa. We were so close to Quebec, right? So we could
yeah.
and the rules there are like very relaxed. Like, you know, you
Yeah.
can buy alcohol in the grocery store and stuff, and so we just it was like nothing. It was like a 15-minute drive for us to. Ooh, look at this!
Easy
Hey,
win.
we won. We're winning. We're winning games.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It could be a lot worse. I don't know what rank I am. I guess I'll find
You'll
out.
find out. Yeah. Do you have? Oh, you're dude. Silver 3. That's not bad.
Silver 3. Oh yeah, silver 3. What are you? Gold
I'm
4,
gold
3?
Gold, I think I'm gold 3, division 3, which is like, I don't know. There's 4 divisions, and then you move up a rank.
Right. Okay. So how much Rocket League would you say you've played, like in all your time playing?
I would say I played like 100 hours when it first came out,
Right.
and me and another friend of mine by the name of Bear Taffy,
Right.
who you may or may not know, played a ton, and we got in like
That
I got
name rings a bell, actually. Bear Taffy. I think I've heard
number
that.
1 streamer on Twitch according to his titles at least.
Number 1.
Yeah, like by some metric, but
Right, okay.
he and I got in like a little early because I emailed the developers and I was like, hey, car soccer, that seems kind of neat.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, here's a code, you can like play against the AI until the game comes out.
Right.
So we practiced and we like for the first couple of days of this game being out, genuinely like we couldn't be beaten. We would win like 12 games in a row because nobody knew what
nice.
they were doing. And then people got good, and I started to lose more. And I was
See,
like,
I feel
"This
like that would
sucks."
be so frustrating. You know, like
Yeah,
you get those couple of minutes on top, and then all the sweat lords start turning up.
yeah.
And then you
no,
just
and,
can't even get a goal anymore and stuff.
like you don't have the time to put in like they do to get to stay at that level. Like
Yeah.
Bear and I were actually we were like early believers and kind of like we bought into the idea of Rocket League esports back when ESL was doing tournaments that had
Right.
like $75 prize pools and stuff like that. So we were like the first 2 commentators for the Rocket League esports stuff.
Oh,
and then kinda,
nice.
you know, your priorities change as time
Sure.
goes
Of
on
course,
for sure.
yeah,
And
yeah.
but I'm happy to see the scene is doing really well. And then like since then, I've actually been playing a little Rocket League like since the baby because it's one of those games, you know, it's 5-minute matches.
Yeah, it's really easy to just sort of pick up and have a fun time, right? You don't have to wait very long
Yeah,
for a game.
like
or...
it's not like a MOBA where you know your brain is fully
Oh
saturated.
my god, that was a real
That
zinger.
was pretty sweet, right?
Oh Jesus. Yeah, no, it is very arcadey, like easy to pick up, just play. Like it doesn't take like a lot of commitment, like say something like Tarkov, like where you're just
Dude, yeah.
playing Tetris with your inventory for like hours in between
I
each
saw,
match.
yeah. Like you and Dan played some Tarkov on Monday. Maybe, or-
Was it Monday or
Oh,
last?
it's
I
so,
think
it's so confusing, right? Because you're across the. Wait, are you across the Prime Meridian from me? I don't
am.
exactly know where the Prime Meridian is in relation to Jersey.
No, I think we're like fairly sort of close meridian wise. I think
Okay.
Vancouver and maybe not. I don't know. No, it was like what day was it? It was last week, right? Thursday, Friday,
Was it?
maybe. I think. Yeah,
You
something
know,
like that.
because of the baby,
One of
time
those. Oh
zone.
man, I know how it goes. But yeah, no, it was good fun. Dan plays it a lot, right? I remember playing it. I played it years ago, like maybe 2 wipes ago. I played it a lot. I used to stream it and stuff too. And I didn't really know Dan at the time, but I remember seeing him like Battle State would like retweet him all the time, or like like promote his stream and stuff. And like I kind of knew who Dan was, I think, because of the Twitch Sing stuff from like the
Oh yeah, yeah.
the wasn't me Shaggy duet
Oh,
thing.
because he watched the clip on.
Yeah. And I like talked to him a bit off the back of that, but I still like I didn't really. I only found out later about his like the Big Brother stuff and everything, but
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Have you ever seen his like his performances on Big
no,
Brother?
I have. People have told me a lot about them, but I never even thought to look them up. Like because I've lived over here for so long. Like I watched the UK Big Brother because it was on TV here and everything, but I never watched like the American or the Canadian one. I just because we couldn't get it, like it was something that would have been on TV like after the fact, years later, like as a repeat or whatever. We had our own Big Brother, and that's just whoa, that was close.
There's
That's what we
like
watched.
there's supercuts that people have edited together on YouTube of like, only Dan's screen time from the 2 seasons of Big Brother that he's on.
Oh wow, okay.
And
like,
they're all like amazing.
did you watch it
you will
live,
lose
like,
your mind.
or did you know him?
No. So I got introduced to Dan through like another mutual content creator friend of ours. And when he introduced himself as like a Big Brother winner, I was like, like you're like when you say you won, you were like on the show, right? And he's like, no, I actually won
the whole
grand
thing.
prize. Yeah.
Man,
and
oh,
then
man.
even then, it's like he's kind of underselling it. Like he's considered consensus like one of the best, maybe the best player of all time.
Yeah, because didn't he do like some big meeting, like where he like pled his case for winning or something? It's like a master stroke or something.
Yeah. Dan's funeral is it's like a legendary moment in Big Brother history.
Jeez.
It's he's like the Wayne Gretzky of Big Brother, basically.
Did he have like oh shit? Did he go on to have like a line of perfume or anything like that?
I don't believe so.
A couple of the winners over here, we've had some like, I would say not so much famous, maybe like notorious. Like there was one guy called Nasty Nick who was like kind of a cheated at Big Brother and was kind of caught cheating and then kicked out. And there's this other woman called Jade Goody who died of cancer a couple of years ago. But she was like, she was famous for being herself on Big Brother, and then she went on to Celebrity Big Brother because she kind of became like a minor celebrity off the back of her time in Big Brother. But she had like a perfume line, and like it was like a bit of a machine, like a PR machine off the back of it. I don't know if it was the
like
same for,
Omarosa.
Yeah, I guess so. That was the Apprentice, right?
It was the
Omarosa?
original Apprentice. Yeah.
I watched that one. I watched that.
Oh, really? I can't believe
That
this.
was really close.
I feel like from as somebody who's never lived in like the UK is kind of like I guess it's the opposite of this, but it's kind of like North American culture through like a funhouse mirror.
It's
like,
weird. Yeah, it definitely has its own sort of like clearly its own culture and stuff, but like the weirdest things get popular on TV, right? There's like this whole sort of thing with the British where they love an underdog. So like,
Okay, yeah.
you'll get like,
They
you know,
must
like
love
on
the World Cup then.
well, yeah,
you know
yeah.
what
God, they
you know what
love
I'm saying?
yeah, they love the World Cup. Yeah, but they also really love like like American Idol or like the X Factor or whatever. If somebody comes on there and they're just like endearing enough, like they're trying hard enough, but they just don't have like any hope of actually winning, like based on the sort of like prescribed ways of winning that thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll be the favorite, and oftentimes they'll just go right through the end, or even win it or whatever. It's like, I don't know, it's just like a cultural thing. I don't know if that exists in North America as much. At least I don't remember it like from growing up there or whatever, but I don't live in the UK, I'm being told. Okay.
Oh, you don't?
No, well, I do. It's a gray
thing.
It's a gray area, yeah, because it's a
Well,
tax
I get
havens.
told. Yeah, I get told I don't live in like real Canada because I live in the one of two cities where it doesn't snow here. So
No, you
understand.
can't possibly be. Yeah, I mean, you
It
grew
can't
up in
be cold
Kingston.
there.
You can't get more
That's
Canadian
what I'm
than
saying.
that. Jeez.
Say thank
Dude,
you
it's
for the
as
hundo.
Canadian as it gets.
Also
I even
tell
referenced
him about Naked Attraction. It's the
Saint
best
Hubert.
British export.
Naked Attraction, the best British export. I don't even know what that is. Sorry, my chat
It sounds
telling
like
me to...
it's a show. I'm guessing. Like this is just my expectation, where they don't show you somebody's face; they just show you their body. But it's like a dating show. That's what it sounds like to me. Naked Attraction.
Does that exist?
Chad says yes. That's exactly what it is. All right.
Nice, good guess. Holy crap, I've never even heard of it. Is that a British thing? I mean, I've lived over here long enough. I feel like that one should not have slipped through the net, but maybe it did.
I feel like England's, the UK's #1 export is like reality shows.
It's got to be, yeah. There's a big
Kitchen
production company
Nightmares.
over here called Endemol that makes all of them. I think they sort of sold the format of Big Brother to like other countries, and you know, like Dancing with the Stars on Ice and like all that garbage.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
a lot of that stuff
Battle of
starts
the
in-
Blades. And
Yeah, a lot of that stuff sort of starts in the UK and then sort of makes its way to like other countries, which I mean, it's all right, I guess. Like, the nice thing over here though is like if you do watch TV, there's a couple of channels that just don't have commercials, so you can actually just sit there and watch stuff and not be interrupted. Which I guess in America and well, North America, Canada probably too, the on-demand stuff probably doesn't have a ton of ads, or does it? I don't know.
well, like Netflix has like none.
Yeah.
And then Hulu, there's like an ad-free version that's a little bit more expensive, and then an ad-rich version, or that's cheaper. But yeah, I would say most on-demand stuff is kind of adless.
What is Hulu, like NBC or something?
I think
We
honestly,
don't get it
we don't
here.
have it in we don't have it in Canada either. So I'm
Oh,
always,
right, okay.
we got a service called Crave.
Oh shit! Crave. Wait, is Rogers still a thing?
It is, but there's no like Rogers video like
Oh.
rental stores or anything anymore.
Did you would have been old enough to go to Rogers and rent stuff?
It's kind of like what we were talking about earlier, that it was exotic because they didn't have Rogers in Kingston. They had Jumbo Video. So if we were in like a hotel somewhere and we were like, oh, let's rent a movie, we'd be like, ooh, do you want to be like exotic and rent it from Rogers?
Jumbo Video. Did they still do the free popcorn?
The last time I was in one, they still did free popcorn. I think there was one Jumbo Video left in Kingston until I think I want to say 2015 or 2016, but I think it's finally gone.
What about VideoFlix? Did you ever have VideoFlix?
We did not have VideoFlix, no.
Have you ever been
Never
to?
even heard of it, no.
All right, okay. It must be just like an
Been
Ottawa
watching
thing.
for years, but I rarely get to see
VideoFlix
the
was just
stream because
another
of my
rental
job.
place. I mean, we had
Thanks
I used to
for the
work at
years of
Blockbuster
laughs.
in the UK
Hope
and
you
in
and the family
Orleans
are
as
well.
well.
Was it as cool of a job as it seemed? It always, because you get to watch the movie that's on the screen overhead all day.
Yeah.
Kind
You,
of smells. It's always clean. I feel
It
like
kind of
always a
smelled
clean
okay,
store.
yeah. We used to get like 10 free rentals a week, which is
A week?
Yeah. So you could rent basically something like every day, games, whatever. Like The only time you couldn't rent something if it was like a new release, like there was like staff copies that you could take one home, but like you had to fight. Usually the manager like took it home first, and you had to fight with them to get it. But I mean, they just wanted to like rent out as many as they could, right? So they couldn't just let the staff rent it, like take everything home for free.
Yeah, there'd be no copies. With, like,
exactly. Yeah. So
ring.
you could take like you could rent like old stuff that wasn't like in like hot demand or whatever. Oh, almost.
Yeah, that was like the worst feeling when you'd like go to the store, the video rental store, and you'd be like, "Hey, look at all like they've got so many copies of like Mel Gibson's Payback."
Yeah,
and then you get
Notting
over there
Hill.
and you realize none of them have the actual box behind them. It's just like the box with the art, empty cases.
Yeah. I mean, I used to work like it was mainly VHS stuff when I used to work there. Like DVDs were sort of like just coming onto the scene, sort of thing. But you know, it was like that phase, that the phase out of VHS. So you had like 10 DVDs, but then like 150 VHS tapes, like to rent, of like Mel Gibson's Payback. I remember that one coming out.
Classic movie. I always go back to that because I remember like my I played on a softball team, and one time we pulled into the Jumbo Video, and my friend's or my teammate's dad was just coming out, and we were like, "Oh, how you doing?" And he's like, "Make sure you go in there and you get Mel Gibson's Payback." And then we went in, and they were all gone, and I guess that was the joke. Is that he wanted us to be
He
like,
just wanted to prank you guys.
Yeah, he wanted us to be dead set that there would like on getting Mel Gibson's Payback. He's like, "Oh, it's really good," and then we went in there and they were all rented already.
Man, I remember when Saving Private Ryan came out on video. I was working at Blockbuster, and they were like, "Okay, Saving Private Ryan is coming out on video. We're getting some copies in next week. Get ready. It's like a big one, you know." I was like, "Holy shit! There's gonna be a whole wall of Saving Private Ryans." I think we got like 20 copies. Like it was not like that much. It was such a big movie too. I remember like when it came out, everybody just lost their shit about it. But I don't know why we only got 20 copies. But then when Notting Hill came out, remember that?
Oh
that
yeah,
movie?
with Hugh Grant and
Man, like the whole store. I think we got rid of every video in the store. Like it was just the whole store was just Notting Hill. Like it was crazy. We must have like 300 copies of it, and they were always rented out too. Yeah, Hugh Grant and what's her name?
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts, that's the one.
Yeah. I honestly I've never seen it, but I do remember it having a moment for sure.
I've never seen it either. There was that, and like Bridget Jones's Diary, and a couple other ones that I just
it was I
never saw.
Big period for those kind of.
Yeah.
Like there was like a British invasion in Canada and the US, I guess, in the 1990s and the early 2000s, where everyone was like a little British.
Yeah, I think it
Like
was because of
Spice
those
Girls.
movies, right? Oh yeah, Spice Girls are
Spice
huge.
Girls, Notting Hill became big. About a Boy, Love Actually, like.
Oh yeah, Love Actually.
Oh, what a shot.
My
You
God,
can't even be mad about that.
No, you can't. That was actually beautiful. It was like a work of art. It was his Mona Lisa. I don't think he'll ever get a better shot than that.
Da Vinci?
A Da Vinci. I think that might have been, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I guess like you get that from time to time, right? Like you'll just get these like periods in film where everything just seems to be coming out of the same area, right? And then
Yeah, I feel like
you
Korea's kind of having like a moment like that.
Was it Parasite? Is that Korean?
Yeah, Parasite's Korean, and then like K-pop is insanely popular, and like even like, you know, it's like cryptocurrency. Like, you know, it's popping off when even like your aunts and stuff are like, "Hey, have you ever had kimchi?" You're like, "Yeah, a few times."
Oh my God. Yeah, because it was like Korean barbecue is pretty big over there, right? Or is that just like an LA thing? Or is that in Canada too? Is it getting pretty big?
I think my parents were telling me there is now, I think, 2 Korean barbecue restaurants in Kingston. That was another great one, honestly.
I set him up with that one too. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Maybe
I think
he
any
wishes I was on his
major
team.
city.
Yeah.
Well, now they're he's already got a guest with him. I've only got 6 points in 2 minutes. I can't really complain.
Oh, it's all right. We got this guy, King Kang 123. We just blame it on him. It's just not pulling his weight.
King Kang 123.
Oh my God, the You played a bit of Tarkov, right? Are you
Yeah.
am I right in saying you kind of like it, but you're not like you're not obsessed with it?
Yeah, I was really into it for about a month in May of 2019. So I get Tarkov, like I get the pull, and then I just, the spell broke at some point, and now I almost don't get it at all. Like I really, what I like about Tarkov, I like Factory.
Factory is pretty fun. Yeah.
I hate everything else associated with it.
I like I like doing reserve. I used to do like rat runs in reserve.
Oh
so
yeah,
like
just a hatchet.
I'd just take a pistol or whatever and like a vest, and I'd just go in and try to like. I really like the economy part of it, Like I like selling stuff and just having like a briefcase full of rubles and stuff. Like I really liked all that, but I like customs and stuff. Like I don't know. I play it now and I like it, but I don't like it as much as I liked it last time I played it because I was kind of obsessed with it last time I played it.
Yeah, it feels like one of those games like you get more from it the more into it you are.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, just a light deflection. Ooh. Yeah, for me it's really like I would have much less. Let's be positive about it. I would have much more fun with the game if the queue times were not like 10 minutes per raid. That's the thing that really puts a pin in it for me.
Some of them are really long, yeah. But yeah, no, I think Factory is a really good sort of like, ooh. All right, take it all back, King Kang 123. That was a beaut. that was quite the play, actually. This guy's all on his own too. Look at this.
Yeah, I was just kind of sitting back there watching. Don't look at the score. That's horrible.
It's such a sweaty game, though, right? And it's so sweaty that you can even name yourself anything, and they just don't care, right? Like. I've been playing with like Apollo and some people like most evenings, and when we're in a queue waiting to like group up or whatever,
oh, it's horrible.
We always laugh at some of the names because they're so unbelievably rude, but there's no filter whatsoever, right? So there's just like, Shit Eater 69 and like all just like the weirdest sort of like, kind of like obscene gamer names like you've ever heard kind of thing.
Truly. I mean, some of the stuff, I try to put the overlay up when I'm queuing because it's like, it's bad. Like, so I actually, so Mertzy is the Rocket League professional. He's in chat right now. We were talking about like playing some other sports games together, and I almost had to apologize. Like, I don't know if you've ever played the EA NHL games, or if you.
No, I haven't for a while. I think the last one I played was '94.
Okay, that's
you could do the ring around the net and like get a guaranteed goal every time. Yeah,
games go like 30 to 1, but like I had to. He was like, "Could we play NHL?" And I'm like, first off, they don't have a PC version because it's back in like the Stone Age. I don't know why they don't have a PC version, but I was also like, we can't play it because literally like a third of the games that you play are just going to be against a team that's named like the most racist thing you could ever possibly imagine.
Yeah, I guess it happens, right? Like,
it's horrible, and like they have a report function, but like, so what?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's fine to report something, but if nobody's actually checking the reports ever, oops, and never changing them. Oh my god, I can't believe all those guys missed. Ooh,
that could go in.
That might. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my.
Thank you. Let's go.
Nice, well done. Holy crap, we could actually tie this up. Man, so what would you say then? I guess Binding of Isaac, right, for you is your most played game ever? Is that?
Yeah.
Is that probably right?
For sure. Definitely like my most played like YouTube, Twitch game. Maybe not on Twitch, but professionally, I suppose.
What's your top 5? Okay, not played. What would you say is your top 5 like averagely played but like most enjoyable games for you? Is that too hard to like?
No, I think I can at least come up with a few. So I really like Isaac would probably be in there, even though I have like some problems with it. Mostly because I've just played way too much of it.
Right.
And then like I really like this game from a couple of years ago. That's it's a deck builder called Slay the Spire that you're probably familiar with.
Yeah, I played it. Yeah.
Well.
Well. Almost.
I
That was
really
going in.
think like Slay the Spire is like one of the, in terms of like game design, I feel like it's one of the best design games ever. And we got like the new Xbox. I don't know what to play on it, so like because there's no exclusives or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's right. There's not like there's barely anything out for it, right?
yeah, like Halo Infinite was supposed to come out for it, but they delayed it. So now I just like I play Rocket League on it occasionally, and I play Slay the Spire when the baby gives me some time.
Yeah.
And then like I'm very like mechanics driven. Like I don't really care for like lore and story and stuff. So I really liked Tetris 99 last year as well.
Oh yeah, I played
like,
a bunch of that with my son.
Oh.
It's really fun.
Are you a Tetris guy?
I mean, as much as like I'm like an average Tetris guy. I mean, I grew up playing it a lot because it was like out on the original Game Boy. Like it was a pretty big NES title. Like I remember playing a ton of Tetris. I was never like particularly good at it, sort of thing, but like I enjoyed it. But I like the whole sort of like battle royale sort of thing to it.
Did you get any wins?
No. No.
Oh, okay.
But it was mostly just like I was playing with my son, who was like, when you play a game with a 9-year-old, you sort of like show him how to play, and then instantly he's like, okay, let me try. Like, so you're in the middle, and you just have to like hand it over, sort of thing, which is fine. But no, I didn't like try to get wins, but the whole like idea of it I thought was really good.
Yeah,
and Tetris is just such a classic, right? Like you just can't really go wrong with it.
Yeah, that's like I was never like a huge Tetris guy, and Tetris 99, like I got obsessed. I finally got it. Like,
Oh shit!
no,
Oh my goodness! Oh my god! Oh!
please.
Oh god, that would have been so good. Oh, the reverse could have been something else there.
Yeah, it got like pinched between like the car and the goal, and I was like, man, it kind of shot out there.
Oh shit! Oh no, I kind of screwed that up actually. I shouldn't have gone for it. I should just let our guy get it.
So I'd say like those three, at least recently, are like the big ones. But you know, I like the Dark Souls games. I like Fallout New Vegas is kind of the classic that like,
yeah.
people who like my content are like, you know, that was like a golden series for sure.
Yeah. That was a great game.
though.
New Vegas was great. It's aged not well though, I would say.
Oh yeah,
It's kind of hard to play now. Like for me anyway. Like I really like the Fallout series. Like I've played a whole bunch of 4, which is great modded.
yeah.
The story and stuff's like not amazing, but I don't know, like the actual stuff that you can do in the game now, like with the, you know, like you can build your own bases out of junk and everything. I really like that side of it, sort of thing. But I think story-wise, New Vegas was probably the best, right?
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, that was all me. I could have had that. I could have at least touched it, but I didn't. Did you ever play like much World of Warcraft or anything like that? Any big MMOs? Like, did you play like EVE Online?
I played no MMOs in my entire life.
Really?
I know it's like a gaming blind spot for me.
Crazy. You just were never interested, or were you kind of like scared that it would eat up too much of your time? Or
More scared for sure.
yeah,
And also like, you know, like this is like a kid's or a teenager's way of looking at it. But like, you know, when I was in high school, I wasn't really like cool, and that's when WoW came out for me. Was when I was
oh, of course,
maybe
yeah,
in like 10th grade, something like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't really like cool, but I was kind of like on the borderline and held out hope.
Right.
So
right.
I was like, the cool kids play like Halo, and WoW is like the dominion of, you know, the I don't know how
Yeah,
to
sure.
say it.
No,
You
I know
what
what you mean. Yeah. I feel like when WoW came out, I was like 24, so it was like done all school, and I just was like working, and I had disposable income. I had time like in the evenings to play and stuff, so it was like it worked. But
Yeah.
I feel like if I played WoW, that was really nice. I feel like if I played WoW in high school, I would just have never finished school. Like it was just,
Yeah, there's
it
a lot
was
of stories like
very, very addictive game, right? Like just the social aspects of it too, I guess, that were like kind of addictive. Yeah.
that. That's a, you know, when you look at it now, like you do kind of have this. I mean, when I look at it, I'm like, people like dropped out of college for this. You like
Yeah.
you clicked on like a boar or something like that. It goes,
You fight him for like 10 minutes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes forever to kill stuff, and yeah, it's a weird one. I think part of the appeal was again like the social stuff, but also there's just not really anything like it at the time. You know, like there was like
Oh, yeah.
PlanetSide, Star Wars Galaxies, I guess, but like that got progressively worse like as they updated it. So I think it was just exciting that there was just this like kind of like polished MMO that was kind of exciting to play in like a familiar setting and stuff. Some of these
And then
saves.
like because I know like when a game gets its hooks in you, it's not like I've never been addicted to a game for sure, but like when a game gets its hooks in you, it like logic no longer even applies, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I'm clicking on boars. It's like if I don't click on the boars, then like I'm not gonna hit level 93 tonight. If I don't hit level 93 tonight, I can't get to the raid in time. And like,
Yeah, there's lots of that, right? Like
Yeah.
I think it's just that sort of thing. You probably dodged a bullet really not playing those. I don't know if you've missed much, honestly. Like there's just way better games out there, right? Like, well, I mean, it's like Slay the Spire, like you said, that's a fantastic game.
yeah,
haven't
like
played it.
I played it too much and I like burned out for sure. Then I'm getting back into it now and I'm like, man, it's just like it's very well made. But I am one of like my chat makes fun of me all the time. Like I'm almost allergic to story in games unless like I'm the only person creating the story. Like if I'm making my own adventure, then I'm into it. But if the game wants to be like, you know, here's 35 minutes of dialogue where you choose dialogue options, I'm like, I hate it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
My attention span is just like, it's too small to care most of the time.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like, I don't know if it's like from getting older or just from like doing YouTube and streaming and stuff, but like I can play those games like and enjoy them enough if I'm streaming, like if I have an audience, which sounds kind of weird, I guess. But
No,
like,
I understand, yeah.
on my own, I just can't do it. Like, I can't sit here by myself and play like an RPG or something anymore. Like, if I have to read a lot or like listen to a lot of dialogue or choose dialogue and stuff, I mean, most dialogue, I don't know, oh, shit. I'm so sorry.
No, I thought I could get in there. Man, our teammate just bounced. Our teammate just left as soon as it went in.
He must have been so angry. I mean, that was like a clencher though, right? We should have won that. We should have won.
Alt F4 immediately.
Oh no, I feel terrible. I don't actually, but no. My score's
who
only
cares?
78. How do I get like a? Is it goals, saves?
A save is worth 50 or 75. Goals, I think, are 100. Assists are 50. Every time you touch the ball, it's 2. Something like that.
Okay. I mean, 78 is really bad.
It's on the low side. But, you know, you have
Thank
one
you.
game where you get a 78. You got one game where you get a, like a 250.
1,000 or something. Like, maybe that's
That would be
aiming a bit too
incredible.
high. Yeah.
It happens, but that would
Really?
be incredible.
Jesus. I should probably watch some like Rocket League esports, right? Will it change my view of the game entirely? I guess it probably will.
From one dad to another? Like, you probably get this a lot. There's a lot of stuff you should do. Should probably meal prep so I got healthier food around at all times, and clean this, clean that. Like there's all sorts. There's an endless amount of shoulds.
Yeah.
Now,
Are you guys still a very sort of like because you got a 3-month-old kid? Do you do like a lot of your own cleaning? Like, do you have somebody come in and help out or anything like that? Or
So my wife is a very, very clean person. So she keeps the place very tidy,
Right.
and she puts pressure on me to keep it tidy as well. I wouldn't describe myself as like a slob necessarily, but certainly more slovenly than my wife's preference.
Right, yeah. No, I think we're kind of the same actually, like in that sense. I'm not like dirty, but like
Yeah.
I leave stuff laying around for sure. Like I'm lazy. I'm much lazier when it comes to stuff like that.
Like, how many cups do you think you have on your desk right now?
Oh,
I've
now.
got a cup and a water bottle. So
Okay, I got a water bottle. No cups, but that's only because I took like a bunch of cups in earlier. Like I had a bit of a cleanup, like because I would have gotten in trouble if I didn't. You know, like sometimes like
Yeah.
my wife comes. Oh shit! Oh my god!
It was good setup.
Oh no! Wait, do I get points for any of that? No, right?
No, sadly no.
Our teammates.
But at least you're not Burnax. Burnax has 0 points. He hasn't even touched the ball, but he has the audacity to type swears in the quick chat.
See, I haven't played this game enough to be bothered by that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'm blissfully unaware of like BM and stuff like that.
Dude,
probably...
people in this game, they got. It's like. I mean, I guess the way I said it to my chat when I was playing a little bit more Rocket League is like, playing these games will really illuminate for you like how many people would benefit from some form of therapy.
Yeah, I've played games like Overwatch before and stuff where I myself have gotten very like frustrated and angry.
Oh,
but
I understand.
I've never like threatened somebody's life or anything, or like wished that they got like a disease or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like
that's bad, right?
There's definitely degrees of frustration, and whoa, that was a beaut. Some people are like almost psychotic with it, right?
Oh, yeah, like and you'll laugh, but like the closest I got this year was like Fall Guys. Even in Fall Guys, like if like I was having a fun time, there's not even any chat in that game. But like if somebody grabbed me, especially if they grabbed me for no reason, I would just go off. I would be like,
don't grab me.
Well, yeah, don't grab me, bro.
Off of me.
But I would like, because my tendency is more to like, eviscerate with like words, right? So like,
yeah.
I can't believe that went in.
That was...
I'd be like, I get that you're grabbing me because like you have bad parents that didn't give you enough attention when you were younger, and that caused you to be behind the rest of your peers when you started kindergarten. As a result, you never tied your self-esteem into actually like being intelligent. So instead, you just became like a deviant, and this is like how you like. It's so much easier for you to destroy than create. Like, I was getting like vicious.
Yeah. No, I mean that could really ruin somebody's day. But I still feel like I would rather have that than, oh, I hope your, mom dies in a dumpster fire or something. Like that's just awful. Like you shouldn't really say that to somebody.
Well, why was she in that dumpster?
And what was she doing in there to begin with? Yeah, I don't know.
I had.
It's a shame that a fire broke out as well.
I had one teammate. I think it happened off stream, but my teammate was mad at me. They didn't say like, I hope your mom dies, but they said like, I hope your nan's dead.
Oh,
it was like, which I almost was like a little less offended by, because it's like they don't want her to die if she's alive.
They're just on the off chance maybe she might already be, and they'd be fine with that.
Yeah, they would consider that to be a positive
win for them somehow.
Because I missed the ball at one point in the game or something.
Yeah, no, like how dare you though? What were you thinking when you missed that ball?
On purpose, of course.
Jeez, you just...
Oh! There's some scary people out there for sure.
Very like you see it in, I don't know if you played much Hearthstone.
Oh,
Hearthstone is sort of like renowned, I guess, or notorious for that. I mean, it's a frustrating game to be sure. Like, there's definitely debates about whether stuff is pay to win or not as well. But man, it brings out like the crazies big time.
I would never add it.
They friend you just to say like, fucking I hope you die like in a boating accident, or like they get really creative with it too. It's unbelievable.
And that's the stuff that's like insane to me, because there was like one season of Hearthstone where I was trying, like I was being sweaty. So I was using like the #1 tier 1 deck, which was like Pirate Shaman.
Yeah.
But then you would play people that are using like the #2 deck. It's like 2% worse. Yeah. And they would send you messages that are like, pay to win, using sweaty net decks and stuff like that. And we're both going to like the same like what's the website called? We're both going to Icy Veins or whatever to
Yeah,
figure
yeah,
out
yeah.
like the way the decks. Where you just decided that like, oh, I'm too noble to use a tier 1 deck. I'm gonna use like a tier 1.5 deck instead. Congrats.
Yeah, no, I know it. It's just that kind of game, right? It's sort of. Did you ever like hit legend or get far in it?
No, I think I got to like rank 5 or whatever. Like not legend, but like pretty okay.
Right. I mean, I hit legend once.
Was it worth it?
No, not really. I didn't feel like any better at the game. Like I felt like I was insane. I just like, basically, I think I just won the game.
Yo.
I did it.
Hey!
I just won the game.
Let's go.
Basically, I just, like you said, I picked like a strong deck. I picked like a slightly off meta strong deck though, and I played like 500 games of Hearthstone. And I listened to a ton of music, and I just basically didn't really pay much attention to what I was doing in the end. It all became kind of like muscle memory. Like the first couple of look, my score is like a little bit better now.
That was good.
203.
Yeah,
not bad.
there's nothing
Not
wrong
bad.
with that.
It was sort of like I knew counters for opening because I just played against all the decks in the end. You know what I mean? And it was just it was like a stamina thing rather than anything else. Like there's like some mental fortitude required, and you just had to like kind of zone out. And I feel like I could probably do it again as well, but it just took a lot of time. Like far more time than I'd ever be able to justify now. You know what I mean?
Like, oh, that's the other thing is, right? Like, I feel like before we had the baby, there was a part of me that was like, maybe, even though I'm starting to get older, like I harbor the delusion that one day, like a game will come out that I'm like good at or whatever. And it'll also be popular. And then I'm like, finally, it happened. Now that I have the baby and I just like, I see what it takes from like other streamers to be the best in the world at a game. I'm like, oh, absolutely no chance.
No, I know.
It takes too much time. You gotta your reflexes have gotta be sharp still.
Yeah,
like,
God.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
I'm stunned, like, and I this sounds almost snobby, but I'm stunned when there are streamers who are like, I'm #1 in the world at a game that like people don't even really like to watch, and I'm like, why? Like,
why did you spend your time doing this? Yeah, I know. It seems kind of weird, doesn't it? But I guess like, I don't know. I guess some people just really like a certain game and they will just spend a ton of time playing it. But like, I mean, if you're looking at,
I can't hate on that.
No, I know, but I mean, it's a weird thing though, isn't it? Like, especially if they're like #1 in the world and they have like, I don't want to be mean, but like, if you're #1 in the world and you have like 5 viewers or whatever, like maybe you could have just played a different game or something, you know, and gotten better at that one. Like, I know it doesn't sound really nice.
Yeah, it sounds like, oh, two out of touch big streamers don't, you know. I get it.
Sure, yeah, but
but there is something where I don't know. I think it's just like it depends where you're kind of like at in your life as well, right? Like,
I guess so. Yeah, maybe you don't really care about all that, which is fair enough. Some people don't, right? Some people just like to stream to like their friends or whatever.
You know, I meant to actually ask you because Chat's been asking me, because like I wouldn't say I get frustrated, but I take a cynical approach sometimes to this job. Because it's just weird, right? Like it
is a weird job, yeah.
Like if you're like a plumber, I'm like, you have a purpose in society, and like you know people's pipes get clogged, and you're like, I'm here to fix your pipes. But as a streamer, like I don't know, and then like some days I'm like trying to crack jokes, and people are like, hey, Baldy, you stink, and I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, yeah.
And then
you're putting
like,
yourself out there, and you feel sometimes like you don't really have to, but
then somebody, you know, gives 5 gift subscriptions, and I'm like, oh right, that's why.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, when I won that 1v1, somebody gave me 10 gift subs, and I just thought to myself,
there you go.
That's pretty good. If that's all it takes, like that's not bad. Ooh. Yeah.
But I meant to ask, like, because Chat was like, you know, would you ever, like, if you got to that point, would you retire? And I was like, there are days where like I run the fantasy in my head for sure, where I'm like, oh, you'll never see me again. But then I think like within like 2 days, I would just be like, now I'm just live playing like the same stuff.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel like, I don't know, like I'm kind of more so with streaming than YouTube. I'm like, I'm kind of beyond thinking of it as a job now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I
no, I
actually
understand.
enjoy the interaction. I like the audience participation stuff. Like I don't know. I feel like even if I were to retire, I would still just do this, right? It's just like a fun way to game now, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Whereas YouTube, like actually going out of my way to create content, I can't be bothered doing that. Like I wouldn't do it anymore, sort of thing, you know? Like that's something I would happily sort of retire from and not do again.
It's
And kind of
beneath
have already. Yeah. Well, it's just I don't
you.
know.
I'm
It's
trying
like,
to put words in. I'm trying to get you in trouble.
no, I liked it, but I don't know. I just don't know if it was what I originally got into this for. You know what I mean? Like, again, like my story's kind of different to other people because I came up like in an already established network and stuff.
Yeah.
But when I was sold this whole, you know, dream, it was just like, do you want to play games all day? And at the time, I was like, yes, that's exactly what I want to do. Like, I'm sick of working like at a job or whatever. I just want to play games all day. And I feel with streaming, like I've hit that. I've reached that now. I can
I
just
think
play
that's
games all
true.
day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Like retiring, yeah, I could though. Like if somebody gave me $1 million today, I'd probably just be like, okay, well, I might be back. I don't know.
Really? Yeah, I was gonna say. I think in like 2 weeks you'd be live.
I'd be back. I would be back, but I would take it even less serious than I already do, sort of thing. You know, like I mean, you have to take it serious to some extent because. Well, I mean, we have kids, right? Like,
Yeah, of course.
you have to put food on the table. We have to like pay a mortgage, but like all the stuff that comes with being a husband and a dad and all that kind of stuff. But beyond that, it's just like, yeah, you know.
It sounds like very weird, but I almost like if I retired, I feel like I would end up streaming more.
Yeah.
Like, I would, even though it's what I do right now, I think I would be like, well, now that I'm retired, I
You
got so
like
much
all
time to
this
stream.
audience participation? Good to know.
What else am
Fatty
I gonna
Boom
do,
Boom
right?
enjoying it still.
My chat,
I got no idea.
my chat's roasting me for the audience participation thing because I've just been ignoring them for like an hour or two or however long we've been going for. Chat, come on, that's not fair. Normally I ignore you less than this, I think. Oh gosh.
We did it. We made it to OT.
Oh my gosh, that was pretty close actually. It's touch and go. Yeah, I don't know. Like, how do you feel about like content and streaming and stuff? Like, do you like streaming more than YouTube stuff now, or like, I guess your schedule is a lot more sort of streaming heavy, right?
That's what it's become for sure. I don't know. I like it both. I've kind of been ragging on the YouTube audience today, so I don't really mean to like double down on being like, you know, fuck YouTube, all my homies hate YouTube. But
Yeah.
like I'm on this new Twitch schedule, right? And everybody on Twitch is like, Pog, this is a lot of fun. And then like on YouTube, you check it and like some of this, like the way that the interaction system works, like some content that comments that generate more interactions with the comment rise to the top. So you like look at the comments for your stuff, and it's usually like really kind of nitpicky. Like some of it's really nice, obviously, but some of it is like, you know, at this moment in the game, like you should have done this instead, and you're kind of like. So I mean, if you're asking which one I like more right now, it varies day to day. I have some days on Twitch where I'm like, you know, like maybe I died to the same Dark Souls boss like 50 times, and I'm like, screw this, I'm just gonna record some Isaac. But
Yeah. So you still actually record though? Like you'll wake up one day and you'll just be like, I gotta record some videos, and I'm just gonna record these episodes of Isaac or whatever.
It's interesting. It's kind of like in the flux period right now. It's like this is my first week of being way more stream heavy. So I'm only recording one video a day right now.
Right.
Which is, and it's generating some friction because I've cultivated an audience that's used to like 3 to 5 bespoke videos a day for YouTube, which is obvious. Well, let's go.
That was nice. Breadstick got it. Yeah, I know what you mean. I sort of like I got to the same point, but like a while ago, where I was like splitting my days. So like I liked streaming, but I would record in the morning, and then at one point I just was like, I think it was like eating lunch or something. I was like, man, I could have just done with streaming this morning. I would have preferred it to doing all the recording that I did this morning. And now I'm tired. Yeah. And I'm going to stream, and I'm going to be tired for streaming because I've had to do all this recording or whatever. And in my mind, I was just like, it's come to the point now, it's just one or the other. I don't want to do both anymore, you know? And then
your
I just
time
sort of...
is obviously more... Like, you get less of it the older you get.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, it didn't feel like... I've always had, like, a pretty good sort of... I treat it like a job, like, you know, like a 9 to 5 or whatever, like, and it works, it's fine. But I think it was just the pacing is so different between streaming and recording, right? Like, it's... You get away with a lot more recording because you can edit it out and stuff. So for streaming, you gotta be more on it, I guess. Like, you don't want to just... You don't want to have like total verbal diarrhea where you're saying stuff that is just not ideal or whatever. Because like, again, with like YouTube, you can just edit out like the stuff that you might accidentally say, or you might just like get really angry at somebody and hope that their nan is already dead or something like that, you know? But yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know if any of that's actually like, oh shit, a problem, you know? Like, it's just...
my fault. I'm sorry.
No. Some of it is just kind of like, I don't know. I know that I had to make a choice, so sometimes I over-justify it or whatever, you know?
Yeah. I understand.
But I do prefer streaming. The pacing, and I've finished way more games. I play way more games. Like, you know, I'm not spending hours editing. I'm just actually playing games and stuff. That side of it all I like a lot better, you know?
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but I like for all the, and I complain all the time, but I think that mostly I try to do it from a place of entertainment instead of just like being whiny. Yeah. But like I do feel very blessed, and I think you and I, from what I can tell at least, kind of occupy a similar space where like a lot of YouTubers, they could be huge on YouTube, like that plays to their strengths. They're good at editing, or they got a feel for trends or whatever, SEO. But like, I'm like, my only skill when it comes to this job is talking. So like, I feel like streaming really plays more to the strengths.
Yes.
That just due to the platform. Cause like, it's really like on Twitch, you might tune in, like maybe you're like, oh, he's playing Rocket League. And then you watch and you're like, this guy won't shut up. I like it, or I hate him. But on YouTube, like, you're just never going to see my content. Cause it's like, you're going to be watching, you know, Valkyrie, Among Us, like I wouldn't watch when I'm on YouTube, I watch very little gaming content. Instead, I'm like, you know, Vancouver road rage incidents. Like, why would I watch something that might have dead air when instead I could watch something that's going to be nonstop highlights, right?
Yeah, I watch like, my YouTube watches are like, I watch like old Beatles videos and like concerts and old Nirvana concerts because tons of them are like available now. Whereas like back in the 90s or whatever, when I used to listen to like a lot of Nirvana, you just couldn't find this stuff, you know? Like you had to get bootleg VHS tapes or whatever. But now you can just watch it all on. And so that's it. Like my YouTube recommendations are like, Nirvana, play the Escarada Trattoria 1989. That's it. That's like what I watch.
I actually wanted to ask you, because like, so there's been like a lot of talk about like, you know, the YouTube algorithm, like radicalizing, you know, teenagers and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
You know, like kids, they start watching like gaming videos, and then like, you know, 6 months later, they're like extremely political.
Yes. Yeah.
And I kind of, so I've been watching like stock videos and stuff like that. And I was telling like the other group of guys that I work with, I was like, I started watching like this stock video, and I really think like the YouTube algorithm always trends towards extremism. Because the guy was like, yeah, I think the market's going to be pretty good this year. And then he went off on a tangent that was like, you know, COVID was created by, Chinese
5G.
labs. We're in the middle of World War III right now, and we don't even know it. Like, and I'm like, man, I could totally see like if I was like 12 and you know, this guy's 65. Like,
no,
I mean, he
mean,
knows what he's talking about, right? And then before you know it,
I'm the yeah. When I was 12, I believed all sorts of dumb shit like that made no sense. But you know, it was just like when you're 12, you just want to like see the world differently to, I guess, your parents, or like, you know, like if you don't like authority or something, you want to imagine that things are different. And maybe in some cases they are, but yeah, like, so you actually think the algorithm is like skewed that way?
I don't think it's designed like. Thank you, by the way.
Sorry.
I don't think it's like there's somebody at YouTube HQ that's like, I'm gonna try to radicalize. But I think
No.
the parameters that the algorithm rewards, like watch time and like are they likely to comment on this video and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that it tends to push people in a direction where like, hey, like another example I think is like I've been watching like dash cam footage and like bad drivers and stuff like that, and it
Yeah.
went from like, you know, this guy ran a stop sign to like now the search algorithm is literally just like people dying. It's just
Yeah.
like world's most fatal gross accidents caught on
Jesus.
right?
Yeah.
I think like it pushes in a more like incendiary direction. But I wanted to know because you have a 9-year-old son right now.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
So like how much screen time and like what kind of screen time do you let him have?
Oh,
'Cause
not
I'm-
much. He used to, like, when he was smaller, he used to like watching like Minecraft Let's Plays and stuff.
Okay.
And there's plenty of like safe ones, you know, like
Yeah, yeah.
Stampy and all those kind of like kid-friendly ones. I mean, Stampy himself, I don't know if you know much about like Minecraft.
He
or
did
Stampy.
the didn't he do the voice for like Battle Block Theater?
Something. Yeah, he's. I think Disney sort of picked him up to do a bunch of
Oh,
stuff,
I
and
think I
he's
got
sort
the
of
wrong
like.
guy.
He might have done. I don't know. Like I haven't followed him like avidly or anything, but I know my son liked watching him, and I know that a big part of him getting super big like early on was his videos would just get watched in playlists on like the Xbox.
Oh yeah.
By kids, you know, like the parents would just like, you know, let them watch a playlist and it would just run all day or whatever. They'd forget to turn it off and stuff. And that was a big part of like how he got tons and tons of views, right?
Yeah, hey, an impression's an impression, man.
So my son used to watch him because it was all very sort of like no swearing, no like adult themes or whatever, you know. It's kind of like watching a kid show sort of thing. But he just sort of gravitated away from it. Like he just sort of wanted to play the games more than watching other people play them, I guess, as he got older. So now he plays like lots of Minecraft and like Splatoon and stuff like that. But we still have to like limit it because he's still small, you know. Like, if we let him play for like hours before he goes to bed, he just won't sleep and stuff, you know.
Oh, it sounds like me.
Yeah,
I'm
the same
taking us
way.
back to the main menu for a second. I just got to use the bathroom.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
It's okay. One moment, please, chat. See you in a second.
Chat. Oh, here, look, I can mute my mic. Oh, do you know what? I can mute my mic this whole time. Chat, I'm so sorry, okay? Listen. Sips, you pretty boy, thanks for all the donations. I'm sorry for ignoring you. I'm having a bit of a chat here. Thanks for the $10. Looter Biatch, thanks for the $100, okay? That happened 14 minutes ago and I missed it. I'm sorry. 100 big ones. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Sipsco employee, thanks for the $10 as well. I missed that one too. Ayo XO, thanks for the $100. I missed $200, okay? I did it. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Not me, the hundos. I think I got them both. I think I got both of them.
Congrats on Poop Feast 422 smile.
Hey, a woolen sleevelet, thanks so much for the host and the raid as well. Welcome everybody. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. Ted Lasso, thanks for the $10. I appreciate you. Thanks. Thanks very much. 300. Wait, there's another one? Hold up a sec. Let me see. AOXO. Sips, you pretty boy, sorry. Flax hosted me as well. Thank you, Flax. I missed it. AOXO. Another there's $300 just sitting here. Not even a thank you from me. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm sorry. I really am sorry about that. AOXO, thanks for the 20 as well. There's another 20 here. It says $320. Thank you very much. Time to retire. I know. Holy crap. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Sorry I haven't been responding. You know, like when you're in the middle of, yeah, $300 Donowald, I did it. I'm sorry. I really am apologetic about this. You're loving this. Okay, good. Good, I'm glad. Chad, I'm really sorry. I'll try not to miss it. I can't guarantee anything. I might miss some more.
I'm back.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
I did a whole bunch of dono walls while we were playing the game.
What is a dono wall?
So I think the way it is, you know, like if you're playing a game with somebody and you're streaming, and you say
Yeah.
something to them, but they've muted themselves, so they might be listening to you, but
Oh,
they can't talk back to you because they're talking to their chat. And usually they're thanking their chat for like a donation or something. I think that's what it's called, a dono wall.
okay.
I think. I'm not.
I don't. I have never set up a mute hotkey on Discord. That's how impolite I am to the people in the call.
Yeah, I have one, but I just rarely use it. If anything, like I've just done, I just ignore chat and everything else that's going on, so I can have a chat with somebody. You know what I mean? Like,
I hear you, and I appreciate it. I
Well-
actually, like, while I was in the bathroom, I was like, it's very useful advice for me right now because I'm like cutting a little more YouTube out and doing a lot more Twitch, and I'm like a little apprehensive about it. So
Right.
to talk to somebody who's kind of, they got some insight and they've been through it themselves is
yeah.
it's
I
very
mean,
helpful.
I don't know. Like, do you have like any sort of like, I want to say morals, but I don't know if morals is the right word for it. You know, like, like, what do you think about like text to speech for donations and like that kind of stuff? Like, are you like with it or like not at all? You don't like it?
Yeah, I very much. I have never really gone down the road of kind of gamifying financial contributions to the stream.
Yeah.
I think like I don't really. I used to have strong opinions about the way that people did it, like, but now
Yeah.
I just don't care. Now I'm like, you play the game to whatever degree you feel comfortable playing the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Well,
it makes a huge difference. Don't
man,
get me wrong.
It does. Yeah, it is crazy how much so as well. I mean, so for me, like I just kind of, when I was doing all this and setting all this stuff up, other streamers were doing it, and it's like
Yeah.
it's I guess it's like a really shitty excuse, but you just sort of like, you feel like you have to keep up sometimes, right? Like,
Yeah,
with
I mean,
what?
if you look at like subscriber leaderboards and stuff
Uh-huh.
like that, you're like, wow. Or like people on Twitter will be like, hey, nice shot.
Thanks.
People on Twitter will be like, hey, we made it to like 10,000 sub points this month, and I'm like, 10,000 sub points? You got like 150 viewers. Not to be rude, but I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing that I'm not? Like, I think Twitter can be kind of like a jealousy engine sometimes, for sure.
It feels like it, yeah. But so when I started like enabling text to speech and accepting like donations through text to speech, which blew up like crazy,
Oh, I can't
obviously,
even
because it just
imagine,
does. You know, like you get like I mean, it's kind of a funny interaction. There's been lots of like compilation clips of like funnier TTS donations and stuff like that. You know, every once in a while you'll get like a pretty funny joke or just a funny situation or whatever. But the threshold was really low, and I remember, I think it was when we were playing Subnautica. I was just trying to like enjoy the game and like pay attention to what was going on, and every second it was just like
Oh yeah.
a donation sound, and then somebody was like, "Hi Sips 7777777," and like after a while it just got so bad. So I raised the threshold to like $10 because I
Yeah.
thought, okay, fine, if you want to do that, whatever, you got to pay $10 to do it. And people still do it. It's crazy. Like, it's just like it's had like the revert. Like there's far less for sure, but like it still happens like all the time. It's hilarious. I don't know like what to make of it. You know, it's just like,
No, I hear you. I got nothing against it, like, at all. Like, I think early on in Twitch, I kind of made a decision that, like, it's weird, but I don't really thank subscribers, like, or bits or whatever. Like,
no.
if somebody is very, very generous with a cheer or a gift subscription or something like that, I'll thank them, but it's not even like to incentivize
Right.
more of that in the future. It's just because you would feel really weird, right?
Yeah. Well, that's a thing though, right? Like, which, oh my God, that almost squeaked in. I don't thank them either. I used to thank everyone, like like in real time, right, for subscribing.
Yeah.
And then I'd get to the end of a day and I'd be like, all I've done is thank people for subscribing. You know what I mean?
Like the content only existed to like get
and
the
it was just
subscriptions.
I could hear myself, and it was just I was just saying the same thing over and over and over again, and it was just like, oh my god, this can't be like the best, right? Like I'd rather just. So then I used to do this thing where I thank people at the end of the stream.
I've been down the exact same road, yeah.
Which took a long time.
Yeah, and then like you finish a stream and you're like, I got maybe, and then you're not really complaining, right? But like you got like 100 or 150 names to read out, and like the view counts plummeting while you're doing it because people are like, this is not exciting unless I'm hearing my own name and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. And so now and then I used to roll credits, and then
yeah, dude, this is all mapping 1-to-1 for my experience as well.
And then I just got lazy and stopped running credits, and now I just don't do anything. And I don't know if people hate that or not. And we'll see, I guess. I don't know. That's where we're at.
No, I hear you. Like I'm not saying that at no point in the future will I become a little bit more. I mean, it's very like kind of cynical to say, but you are kind of like leaving money on the table.
I guess, yeah, kind of. I mean, when you look at it like that, yeah.
Because like I don't know, like you know, not to name names, but there's some streamers who like maybe used to be on this platform and are not on this platform anymore for reasons that are presently still unknown. And if you would like watch their stream, like in between games of like whatever VR was popping off, that they would read like subscriptions and donations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was just like a robot, right? Like it would be like, hey, streamer name, like thanks so much, happy to be back, and like by the way, like what's your favorite brand of like soda? And then they would just read the donation because they're on autopilot and not even answer the question.
Yeah.
You're like, man, it's like it's just weird.
Oh my god, we've done it.
Close. Oh, we won. Oh,
we did it. Sorry, I was like, I just had these visions of the ball heading back to our net, so I was like, just actually, look, my scores are like getting a little bit better. I feel like,
dude, that's pretty good.
I feel like I'm getting there. Like I've done better than their worst player anyway, by 4. It's got to count for something, right?
But yeah, Chance telling me apparently I scored the winning goal.
Nice.
I honestly wasn't paying attention at all.
No, I know. I find this game actually kind of relaxing to just like have a chat over, you know? It's nothing like Minecraft, though.
Oh, and nothing like fishing either.
Oh, fishing was good, yeah. Except I forgot to catch fish. Like, I read something somewhere where somebody was like, oh, that was great, except Sips only caught 10 fish the whole time.
You caught 10 fish in like 3 hours?
I think so, yeah. They were big ones, if that means anything.
They were,
I
remember that.
Like, they were kind of big ones.
There were parts where I would look at the fish log and I was like, I've caught like the last 15 or 20 fish in a row.
Yeah. But some of them were so small, I don't know if they counted, you know?
I've heard that before for sure, but I don't know where I'm going with that one.
Did, when we talked last, did I tell you about doing a portage? I did. I'm sure I did, right?
I don't know. You did. I have heard the word portage in the last month, and it must have been because
it must have been me. Yeah. I do a weekly podcast with Pierian Flax and Lewis from the Augscast. You might not know them.
I do know Pierian.
Yeah. Oh, did you play Dota?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. Have you played lots of Dota? Because I know Dumb Dog was saying he used to play, Apollo.
Yeah, no, for real. Like he and I used to play a lot of Dota together. He kind of kept it up a lot longer than I did.
Right.
I kind of had. This is so like weird to say, but I kind of hit the point with Dota where I was like, if I stop playing Dota, it'll probably add like 15 to 20% to like my annual salary. So stop playing.
It was just too much.
Yeah, and then I started to feel happier, and I started to get a little bit more work done, and
it's a very angry game, isn't it?
Oh my god! Like I had a moment where I was like, even when I win, I'm not having fun on the average game. So like, that's kind of the other impetus for giving it up. But I don't know what there. I apologize.
No, don't worry about it. So we do this podcast every week. And I don't know like what your experience is with podcasting, but man, we revisit topics almost word for word so often, but we've forgotten that we've talked about it before. So we have this saying where it's like, I'm sure we've discussed this before, and sure enough, we have, you know, and everybody makes fun of us for it, sort of thing. Because there's just certain things that will just come up again, like, you know, stories or whatever, where it's like, yeah, I've heard this story, but because all of us are old and we do so much talking ourselves in a week and content and stuff like that, we forget that the story's been told. So we go through the motions of acting like it's the first time we've ever heard it. And it's like the fifth time we've heard it, sort of thing. Like, I don't know. So I'm always like, I always forget what story I've told to who and stuff. It's a bit of a weird one. I don't know if you have similar.
No, that's that's like our entire show. Like we'll have whole conversations about things where I think I'm coming up with like original jokes. Yeah. And then Chad will be like, "Oh, in 2018, you had this same conversation and you made the exact same joke."
Oh my god, yeah.
But it's just fun to like tell stories again, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like every time my parents visit, my dad, I don't know, he's told like the same. He's got like a repertoire of like 25 stories, and I just pretend that I've never heard them before.
So just think, one day you might be like a grandfather. You're a father now. You might be a grandfather. And you'll be the guy with the 25 stories.
Exactly.
You'll turn up, Christmas, same story. You'll think it's hilarious. You'll be laughing alone, you know, while everybody's like, "Oh shit, not again." Or maybe not. I don't know. Some repeat story givers like get a good reaction, like no matter what. I guess. I don't know.
I think if there's a killer punchline at the end.
Yeah.
But like, what's funny is that, you know, my dad, he's pretty young. He's only like mid to late 50s.
Oh, okay. So is he still working and stuff? He's not retired, I guess.
He is, yeah. He's got a few years to go till retirement. But when he tells stories, my memory's a little better than his. And I've noticed that his own repeated stories have changed over the years. Like he's told this story like 20 times about. Like he always filed his own taxes, and then like 1 year, CRA, which is our version of the IRS, was like, "You owe us this much money," and then he got in like a back and forth with them where he'd like show them forms, and they're like, "Well, we disagree," and blah blah blah. So they were kind of like, you know, they were antagonistic about it for a while, but he had never paid them. And then 1 year, and it wasn't like a lot of money. It was like, you know, like $50 or $60. And like 1 year he had a refund, and they actually just sent him the refund, but they took out the $60 that they thought he owed them, and he was like, "That's the end." So he has told that story story like 20 times for sure. Even my wife is like, "I've heard that story like 20 times." And it changes. Like sometimes it's like $60, sometimes it's like $400, and sometimes it's like the next year I got a refund and they took out the money, and sometimes it's like 10 years later they noticed and took out the money, and you go, you know, that's funny. You just
this is changing a lot.
Yeah, you're like, you know,
there's discrepancies in this story. Like usual suspects. Oh, that's nice. That was good. Yeah, do you remember a time in your life where you used to get money back for tax returns?
Well,
it doesn't happen anymore, that's for sure.
I do the Mitt Romney strategy, where every year I overpay on my taxes, thinking that I'm going like let's. I don't want to obviously use like specific numbers, but you know, the government will send you a letter and be like, "Please pay this much every 3 months." Yeah, I overpay always. Because I'm just like paranoid. Like in my head, I'm like, well, this means that I'm doing something right. Yeah. And then at the end of the year, they're like, please stop. And they send me like, you know, a third of the money back.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm not really, you know, winning in the end. I'm just giving them my money temporarily.
You're just giving them more. Yeah. Man, I always end up getting like a bigger bill. They're like, they estimate it. They're like, okay, to make up the deficit, we think you need to give us like this much. So I'm like, okay, fine. And then at the end of the year, they're like, yeah, actually, you need to give us more. And it's like,
and that's in Jersey
every time. Yeah, because it's income tax, right? Like,
you still have corporation.
Yeah, there's no corporation tax, but you do have to pay income tax. Oh shit, that almost went in.
Bad.
So it's like, I don't know, like 20% or whatever. Like, so it's
Okay,
like
yeah.
standard amount of
Is it
income
flat?
tax. No, it's like on a incremental sort of system, right? So like they send you a rate, and then the rate gets adjusted if they think you're not paying enough or whatever. So it's okay, but it just means that like at the end of the year you've never paid enough because
Oh,
they
yeah.
they underestimate the rate, sort of thing. So it's always like a bit of a. But I remember when I was working
Loving the
like in
stream.
Ottawa
Thanks.
and making like minimum wage on like a 0 hours contract, I'd
Yeah,
always get
yeah.
money back. Like tax time was great. It was like, hey, you get like $300 back. You paid too much. Wow, really?
I remember like the first like 3 times I filed taxes. Oh my god, that's gonna
That is the one.
First 3 times I filed taxes, basically the government just sends you a form in the mail, and it's like if you sign this, you get $700. Like, okay, here you go.
What did you spend your $700 on?
I don't know. I was very like I'm a saver, so I would put it in the bank and do nothing with it. Probably is my.
That's your
and then
go-to.
just- and- yeah,
What?
and just
Even as
die.
like a young man, that's what you do?
Yeah, like in university, I spend money on beer and like the occasional, maybe like once a week, get like chip in on pizza or something like that. But
Yeah.
just survival rations.
Yeah.
Only the bare necessities.
Man, I would spend most of my money at that point. Okay, I'm talking like I was like 16 years old, okay, when this
Yeah.
was like happening. So back then my money would have been spent on mostly food,
Right.
alcohol, and cigarettes, right? Like
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
it's like a teenage thing, I guess. But I remember a time when you used to be able to smoke everywhere, like inside everywhere, like
Yeah.
Subway. Subway restaurants are
even
small as hell, right?
And the bread's so absorbent.
Yeah, and you used to be able to just smoke up a storm in there. Like there was little ashtrays on the tables and stuff. So like we'd go in and buy. There'd be like 6 of us. One guy would buy like a 6-inch cold cut combo or whatever, and we would sit in there for hours. Like it's snowing outside. We'd just be smoking our butts off. It was awesome. It was really good.
That's a very Canadian. I
It
feel like
is.
that's Canadian '90s culture.
That is
like
for sure.
sitting in a restaurant, just smoking while
yeah.
it's a blizzard outside.
Yeah, we used to go to Montreal, like to like on the weekend we'd go to Montreal or whatever, just like on a Saturday. It's like a 2-hour bus ride. It wasn't too bad. We'd go like shopping, like because there's like record stores and stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
And you go to the mall and you could like just walk around the mall and smoke, like just right in the mall. Just like you go to like Champ Sports, just like smoking a cigarette. It was really weird. It's like, yeah, like really Canadian 90s culture. You're right.
It is strange looking back for sure.
Oh.
Oh, it almost worked.
Jeez. I got 75 points for that epic save, but
Yeah, same. We both had an epic save that
I don't
led
know
to
how.
a goal immediately after.
it's like, wow, I like that effect. The end of the world space explosion effect. This game has great cosmetics, doesn't it?
Oh, like they cosmeticed it up for sure.
Yeah, they're nice though. I like them. I like all the little skins for the cars. Like I like the goal effects and stuff. They're really good.
Oh no. Yeah, and now that they got like a battle pass and stuff, they're adding like lots of new stuff. Which I sorry if I've told this story before. But Psyonix contacted me and they're like, "Hey, do you want a code for the battle pass?"
Wow.
And I was like, "Yeah, that's really nice. This sounds generous, or that sounds nice. That's really generous." And then they sent me like a huge document that was like, "Here's what you need to say every time you play Rocket League in order to meet FCC compliance." And I was
Right.
like, "I'm just gonna buy it."
Yeah, I don't
It's like
blame you.
$9.99 or
Oh
something
my
like
God.
that. It's I get it. You got like a legal department. You want to make sure you're on the up and up. But I was like, nah.
How do you feel about sponsored stuff? Have I asked you this before?
You haven't, but actually, it's a good topic.
Are you
I think.
comfortable talking about it, or?
Oh, very much so.
All right.
There's one thing I won't name specifics. There's been like one deal I would say in my entire career on this platform that I have done exclusively for the money.
Right.
And it really was like almost the Godfather style, like, here's an offer, like you can't
You can't refuse. Yeah.
Like I was like, I don't think it's gonna go over that well, but also like I'd actually have to be stupid not to take this.
Right.
Then apart from that, I actually think like the sponsored landscape has gotten so much nicer on Twitch than it was. Like originally it was like, you know, here's like a weird kind of like pseudo cryptocurrency, or like, you know, I'm sure you got all those emails like, hey, this is Tina from App Nana. It's a currency that your viewers can.
Yeah. Like all those. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you did an App Nana video, so I don't want to go too far over that. But now it's like you'll get emails that are just like from
actual people that just want you to play a game for real money.
Yeah. No, I think that almost always sponsored stuff ends up working out, but I do say no probably to about 75%.
Yeah,
50,
I'm the
75%.
same. I'm the same. I say no to a lot of stuff. Like there's just stuff that I just don't want to play. And I feel like, I don't know if you feel the same way about sponsored stuff, but a lot of sponsored stuff, I'm not saying all sponsored stuff, some sponsored stuff genuinely you get and you're like, yes, I play this game a lot, I love it, and you can tell that they want me to do it because of that. Yeah. And those I'm up for. But it's the games that are just like garbage, that are never gonna get anywhere, that are just like some weird cash in, or it's a bad game that just hasn't done well and they're trying to publicize it more or whatever. I'll normally say no to those. Normally. I have done a couple that like are sort of not what I would normally do, but I don't just take like everything that comes my way either. You know, like I am a huge sellout, but to a degree.
Yeah, like, the thing is, like, I always thought that selling out on YouTube would be like, you know, eventually people are going to be like, hey, you know, hawk my like smart underwear brand or something like that. But really, it's like, hey, we got a great game coming out you might have played anyway, and you can play hours of it. Just please, like, don't say the N-word. And you're like, all right, I can do that.
Yeah, like some games I've played before where I was like, I want to try this, like it looks like it'll be good or okay or whatever, and like if they want to pay me money to play it like for first impressions or whatever, fine. Like I might have gotten around to playing it anyway. But then there's like no-brainer ones, right, where it's just like, I've played thousands of hours of this game, I love it, like I'm happy to just do it, sort of thing. Even if they
like Magic, whenever they start splashing like a marketing budget around, you're always like, I like Magic.
Yeah.
Not to say that like they've been knocking on the door lately, but
no,
you know,
I've never been asked to do Magic before, but I'm not a Magic, like I've never played Magic before either, to be fair. Like I never played it like physical cards, like I just never got into it. Like I got into Hearthstone because it was easy to get into Hearthstone sort of thing, but
yeah, much cheaper.
I guess so, yeah. Because like, I guess with Magic you got to buy the physical cards, and
I
don't know. I just thought that was tedious playing like that too. You know, like you put your cards down. Everybody has to know the rules. There's no computer to just like stop you doing something or whatever. You know, like I don't know.
I will say there is a. And I won't be specific because it's bad form. Like, oh, like the big streamer got an email. Hey, here's $1 billion. Play our game. No, you know, like, and then he has to be about it and out them on his own stream. But I got an email that was almost like an offer you can't refuse. All I'll say about it, and I did refuse it, was a game that would have generated a ton of cynicism.
Yes.
Like people would immediately know. They'd be like, okay, this is for the money.
Was it Raid Shadow Legends? You don't even need to say yes or no.
It was. That was a beautiful shot. And the second thing was, let's say it's a game that I've played a lot of, but public opinion has changed a lot.
Right.
It was very popular, and it was on possibly the platform with the most cynicism surrounding it right now.
Okay.
And it's not the cellular telephone.
Right.
And I went and like, am I really gonna play X game on Y platform? Like I just thought about what my chat might look like while I was doing that, and I was like, it's gonna be like a disaster, to be honest.
Oh my god. On that topic though, Do you play mobile games? Any? Like, have you found yourself gravitating more towards them now with a baby? Like, and you have time where you're rocking the baby and you're just thinking, I just want to play like an idle game or something like that, or not really?
Gonna repeat what I'm about to say, but like when I'm feeding the baby and like I'm on my phone, I'm usually looking at like investing stuff right now.
Right.
And it's a hobby, but it is also there is like some gamification to it.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
that's where I'm at with that right now. It's just it's this exact same kind of pull that something like WoW has, or like when I was like really into Pokemon Go, I was like, oh, I got an extra half hour.
Oh,
like,
did you play that?
Last year actually, so I was like late to the party for sure. But
Was it fun? It's still like
great.
one of the top games like on the App Store.
It's a very like it's not a game that for the most part you would be like, oh, the mechanics of this game are so fun.
Yeah.
Really, there's a lot of swiping and there's a lot of like tapping. That's about it.
Yeah.
So apparently like the PvP stuff they've got now is a little better. But or is a little like it's almost got its own standalone like battle system now, which is cool. But
Right.
it's a really good way to like incentivize just taking walks outside. I was taking a lot of walks.
Lots
Not
of walk.
anymore.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Is your baby like a you have to take it for a walk for it to go to sleep? Ours was a car. Like we had to drive around a lot.
No,
Which
she
wasn't
actually
too
like
bad.
sleeps really well right now. So
Oh, that's good.
I mean, I don't think I've been outside of the house for like 3 weeks almost.
Nice. It's like a dream. Whoa! Look out!
Hey!
Look out! Guess who's woken from his slumber? He's ready. He's ready to go. Yeah. So I like occasionally. Like I have played gacha games before, which I've enjoyed enough or whatever. I haven't spent like too much money on them or anything. I've got a pretty good discipline when it comes to that kind of stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
But lots of like weird downtime, when kids are like going to bed and stuff and you're just on your phone or tablet. You've got time to kill sort of thing because they're just trying to sleep or wow.
This is a pretty good one. This is
We're
a pretty good
slamming
one.
these guys, yeah. So
Wow.
they left.
Quit.
Oh, you gotta love that, eh? I got one
You're
own
the-
goal though.
You're the MVP.
Wow. But I noticed this thing. I don't like. Again, I don't know. Maybe if you've seen like these ads for mobile games specifically, but it could be for some of the stuff that you do as well. It'll like advertise a game, and you know that the game isn't about pulling a pin to like open up.
I've seen that.
Yeah. What is the deal with that?
I don't know. Can you kill the goblin with the green gas? Like I've seen.
Yeah,
it,
you have to like pour the water on the cow or like whatever, but it's like I've never played a game like that, and they kind of look sort of fun, but like I feel like it's false advertising big time, right?
Or like because there used to be like even on TV there would be like Kate Upton would be wearing like Game of Thrones style costumes, and she'd be like, do you want to rule my kingdom? And you're like, yes. And then
Yes. Yes, I do.
you're like, wow, that team must be amazing. And and you look at it, it's just like a weird little like looks like Age of Empires 1.
Yeah. Like,
It looks nothing. Like the ad costs like $20 million to make.
and it's always called like Age of Thrones
Yeah.
or like it's got like one of the buzzwords in there from like whatever the hot, like Clan of Vikings or Age of Thrones or Age of Games or something like that, like it's always that. It's weird, isn't it? It's just odd. Oh,
Great shot. That was
oh my
amazing.
god. Watch this replay. Watch this.
Wow, that was all you.
Oh my god. Man. I love that. Yeah, I just thought it was weird. Like I was playing this dumb like idle game today just because like my wife was just like watching TV and my kids were just playing and stuff, and I just had all this time to kill. Just I could have found something better to do with my time, surely, but it's the way it goes sometimes. But yeah, I just noticed like it was a very generous game in that you could watch an ad and you can get all this in-game currency, which helped out and stuff. But all of the ads were these stupid pin pulling games, where it's just like helping like the goblin or whatever, like escape the castle. You get 30 seconds to do it or whatever. You don't even need to do it. You could just skip it. But I just thought it was so weird.
It's like,
but fun.
When so my only experience, like after being a kid, with the psychology of a child was when like I would hang out with my nieces who were like 8 and 4 or something like that, and it really changed the way I saw like marketing and mobile games, because like I would like go over to and this is when you said like they just leave the videos playing on a playlist. I was like, man, we got to become like kid YouTubers, because they'll like watch a video that's 10 minutes and 1 second long, and then they'll just be like, that was fun, and they put it on again and again and again, and they watch it 100 times. But yeah, so they would like play mobile games, and then the mobile game was just like very, very dumb, like just to be by like adult standards. Your adult brain is like this. Yeah, of course you just.
They're they're like all Frogger games, but like still not as like endearing as Frogger. Like it's
Me Rush and
yes, it's that was a beaut. That was an actual beaut. Holy shit.
So at the end of the day, I was like, when I was younger, I was like, who's clicking on this stuff? Then I met a couple of kids, and I was like, oh, that's who. Now I get it.
No, it all makes sense. It's cleared things up for me. Oh my God. Do you find now that as a dad to a small child, do you watch more movies, or would you say you watch less movies, or do you have less attention for movies? Because like I can't really watch full movies anymore.
Oh, I think I'm gonna get there for sure, but like in the first few weeks, I mean, it's just such a blur. Like I watched a lot of movies because I was waking up at like 4 or 5 in the morning every day either, and like so I would watched a lot of trash movies during that couple of weeks. Now I have not. The last movie I saw was Soul on Christmas Day, but like
was that good?
I would recommend it actually. I mean I really like the Pixar stuff usually to begin with. I thought this was like better than average for them as well.
Have you ever seen those angry Reddit posts where people are saying that they should have a separate movie theater for adults to watch Pixar movies that don't have kids in them and stuff?
Yeah, I go off on this all the time. I thought it was even like, was it when we were fishing that I was talking about one of the takes that sends me into the stratosphere is when people are like, there should be a separate airline just for babies, and I'm like, it's like a 2-hour flight or something, and the baby is like scared and doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
The volume or something, like it's not that big of a deal. But
I don't mind other people's kids crying because there's no responsibility on my part. When my kids cry, it's annoying and it's a problem because I'm inconvenienced by it. But other people's kids crying, I could care less. Like
I feel like that's what it's like for me. Is that I would worry that like if anytime like my baby cries and it appears on my microphone and thus on my content, I always feel like there's one person that's like child neglect, right? Like it's child abuse. But,
yeah. I don't know. There's always one like that, but it's usually people that don't have kids. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I apologize.
No. No apology needed. It was clearly, what's our third player's name?
Oh, nothing but trouble.
Not Northernlion. It's, what's his name? Nothing but Reble.
But yeah, I feel like I've watched less stuff lately, and I definitely like a 2-hour movie is like it better be like the best movie ever made. It better be like minimum an 8 out of 10. Like I don't have time. It better be an 8 or a 2. Like it needs to be remarkable in either direction for me to justify it.
I watched the Royal Tenenbaums recently.
Oh yeah. Oh, what'd you think?
A classic. I loved it. I mean, I loved it. I've seen it a couple of times before. I love the style and the acting and it's just like all those movies are like quite quirky, right? Like Life Aquatic and Royal Tenenbaums and what's that other one? The Grand Hotel Budapest and all that stuff.
Grand Budapest Hotel.
It's Wes Anderson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like all those. And I watched it the whole way through, surprisingly, because normally I watch half of a movie and then watch the other half like the next day or whatever. Like just because, I don't know. I guess just being a dad has ruined movies for me or whatever. But that I managed to sit through and watch the whole thing, surprisingly, which is pretty good. But it's a movie that I've seen already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you already know the buy-in. You're like,
yeah. Whoops.
That's why I didn't watch any movies, I think, that were new to me during the very, very newborn phase. I was just like, yeah, I know Austin Powers. Like, put it on.
Yeah, it's like a comfort movie, I guess.
If I gotta miss 45 minutes of the movie because she poops and I'm bad at putting on diapers right now, so it kind of shot up the back, and then I gotta like completely replace her outfit, then...
Oh my god, yeah. Nope. Winter, having a baby in the winter is harder too, right? Because like if you do want to go outside, you gotta like get them into a snowsuit and everything, and it's like it's kind of hard work.
Very cute.
It's cute, yeah, it is cute for sure. But when they're really small and you're not overly used to handling them and stuff, it can be really annoying, right? Trying to get them into.
Yeah, and I oscillate like back and forth between like being way too gentle with the baby, so that even like definitely the first couple of diaper changes, the nurses were like, no, like this, and you like, you know, grab her legs and hold them up in the air, and then like, and I was like, okay, so the baby's not, I'm not gonna like break her leg accidentally.
No, yeah.
But then there's sometimes like, I think it just happens naturally, you know, you'd be like carrying the baby and you'll like bump her head into the wall or something. You know, you're like, you're bouncing, you're burping the baby, and you know, you have an idea of where your body is, but you're not used to having the baby on your shoulder, and you know, her head kind of bumps the wall a little bit, and then you look at
just, yeah, no, I mean, it can happen for sure.
You look at the baby, and then she kind of does like a little pout, like her lips start to tremble a little bit.
Yeah.
And then she smiles, and you're like, okay, that's
all right. we're back. We're back on. Yeah, they've got this. It's remarkable, really, isn't it? Like they can't say anything, but they can communicate really, really well. Like at the same time, it's kind of nuts.
Like, you know, I didn't tell this story. So like we didn't really take much of a holiday for it, but over the Christmas season, I had a plate with some dessert on it, and
right.
it was just my wife, and then the baby was in like one of those bouncing chairs.
Yeah.
And I just had one of those moments where like my hands stopped working, and I just bobbled the plate and dropped it on the ground.
Right.
And it's, you know, ceramics.
Oh! That's it. That's the one.
Great. And anyway, I dropped the plate and it shattered, and it was insanely loud, obvious, especially for a baby, and she was asleep. And just the instant transformation from like sleeping baby to bright red face, like
screaming,
screaming so loud, and like tears just going right down her face, as like streaming down her face. Oh, it affects you on like a deep emotional level that you're like, oh, I've like betrayed my daughter.
Yeah, but you also have that sort of moment where you're like, why am I so fucking stupid? Like, the baby was asleep. Like, this was my time to, like, you know, catch up on the sports or whatever. And like, and now I can't. I've ruined it for not only myself, but my wife as well.
Won't be able to read Coca-Cola's general meeting minutes until like 11 p.m. tonight. See what their price to book ratio is.
Man, oh man. Wait, so are you a shareholder now?
Not of Coca-Cola, no.
No. Is it too expensive to buy in, or can anybody like? No,
Coke shares are like $50.
Okay.
So like, you know, you could definitely buy in, but I mean, and again, it depends. Like, it's, I really feel like I've had conversations in the, you know, like on Discord. Oh my god, on Discord about this stuff, but like, you know, it feels weird to be like in the middle of like a economically crushing like pandemic, and then be like this guy who's like, well, I wouldn't invest in Coke because it doesn't go up enough, right?
How much like, how many stocks do you need to get in a company before you can like turn up to the meetings and sort of like throw your weight around? Like, what's like the lowest amount, like percentage wise, that you'd need? Like,
if you own one share, you could show up at any like company's general all shareholders meeting. Yeah.
right.
But like that's
nobody
why,
would listen to you though, right? If you
yeah,
just
people
have,
would probably be like, come on, I got like, $7 million invested in this company. But that's why like Warren Buffett, the very famous investor, he owns this company called Berkshire Hathaway.
Okay.
And a share of Berkshire Hathaway Class A is like $330,000.
wow.
That's why they've never done like a stock split or like dilution or anything like that, I guess, just because he just doesn't want to have to listen to people at the at annual general meetings. So he's like,
Sure,
hey,
yeah.
if you want to, have your feedback be known, you better like go all in.
Man, I would love to like, I want to do that one day. Like, even if it makes me look like a bit of a knob, I just want to turn up to a shareholder meeting with like my portfolio of like $150 share. Just like try to like, get my point across or something,
Have you
like.
considered making a bigger Mac?
I think we need a factory in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, Stat. Anybody with me on this one? Like, I just want to go to a meeting and pretend like I know what I'm.
It would be funny for sure.
Just want people to think that I know what I'm talking about, but maybe I don't. In that case, I feel like it could be kind of fun. Maybe make a YouTube video of it or something.
That would be. I mean, if you bought like a share of Tesla, and then you went to the Tesla all hands meeting, and then proposed something like, "Have you ever thought about making a car that runs on gas?" or something like that? That video would go crazy.
Oh, I'd love that.
Numbers.
See, now that I would get back into YouTube for. Like, I feel like that could be like my thing,
That's the kind of content I want to watch too.
Minor shareholder guy. And then all of your videos are just you crashing shareholder meetings. You own like one share, but you're allowed in. You get like a copy of the minutes and stuff. You could do like an analysis.
I don't even know what you do now either, because like, back in the 50s or 60s or whatever, they would send you a share certificate and
Yeah.
You own like your share designation number is this or whatever. Now I guess you just show up with like Robinhood on your phone or whatever. And
They just send you like an email or something, probably, right?
Dude, honestly, beats me.
That would be a nice email to get though, too, right? Welcome to the team, champ. Welcome to the Coke team. Your one share puts you on the greatest team the world has ever. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that would be kind of fun. That makes for some great content, get some bloopers in there and stuff.
Right, now you got me thinking. I mean, obviously, I probably won't be traveling around too much
No.
anytime. But, I some of these companies, they're headquartered in Vancouver. I could show up at like the Aritzia, it's a clothing brand here. I could show up at the Aritzia general meeting.
You got some Aritzia?
I do. I own a little Aritzia.
Wow. Oh, this is all you, by the way. Oh my God, he spawned on the ball.
Have you considered making your clothes slightly cheaper?
Oh,
that was incredible.
That was a 1-2-3. That was a beautiful 1-2-3, by the way. Watch this. Look at that.
Look at that.
Oh man, that's got to go in a clip compilation, right? That's got to be. That was perfect teamwork. We don't even need second player 2 on our team.
I can't believe he's bottom fragging.
Oh shit! I almost got the directional there, but didn't quite get it. I need to. I should probably look into like investing and stuff. Like, I've always kind of been interested in it, but I don't know. It just feels like there's a big mental barrier to it all. Like.
I guess what I've been telling people, because it's like I've gone through it too, where I was like, especially like when we bought our house, like it took years for it to finish construction.
Yeah.
And then anytime I was like,
oh, you guys bought off plan?
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is probably not advisable, but
no, I've bought off
we
plan
kind of
before.
we live in a busted like market. Like Vancouver's market is just absurd, right? And
yeah,
continues to get like I saw on TV today because I watch like financial news because I'm 100 years old, and it was like Vancouver home sales in December were up like 58% in December, which is crazy. But
it's a big city, though. I mean, all big cities are kind of like that, right?
Oh shit! What a shot!
That was just. Oh, so I'm trying to stay positive, but man, that felt kind of like bullshit.
But like whenever we would go to the bank and they'd be like, hey, you want to like do something with this money so that it doesn't just erode due to inflation? I was like, I can't because of the house. And then, now the house stuff is kind of, like it's not paid off, but I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, wow, that's a lot of money. I was like, okay, time to get in. So like, it really is. Oh, I could have had that one probably. Investing is like, it's really easy now. I would never. Like there's a lot of it.
Do you use like an app like to track all your stuff?
I do for just like I have like a little portfolio of like fun money basically. Right. That's not my real like retirement or anything like that.
No.
But then I do the other stuff through my bank. But really now like you don't even like for the average investor, I would say for like probably like 98% of people, you don't even need to buy any individual stocks. They market portfolios that are basically like, hey, what's your risk tolerance? And then just buy this. And you can pretty much just hold exclusively that.
Right. Yeah, I might do some of that. Like, eventually. Like, I just need to, like, drum up, like, the courage, I guess, to get into it. It just feels like, I don't know, it feels like, I don't know. I've got like a mental block with it. I feel like it's not that hard, and especially nowadays with like all the technology, like apps, and like you could easily track a portfolio. I think the thing with me is like I would probably end up buying stocks in companies that I know, and maybe that's not like a great idea, or maybe it is. I don't know.
It's good advice to buy what you know, but you also like the other half of that advice is you also need to know like how to look at a company and be like, because like right now. Like, so I'll give you a very good example. People were like, oh, CD Projekt Red after... Oh, there's a great shot.
Shit.
CD Projekt Red, like, Cyberpunk had kind of like a botched launch, obviously. So the stock tanked like 35% or something like that. And people were like, I know video games. CD Projekt Red, they're going to come up with something eventually. Like, they're going to go up. And then people did like their what's known as due diligence. In the company, and they found out like, you know what, it's actually like when it dropped 35%, it's actually valued like where it should be, quote unquote should be. So if anything, it was like 35% overpriced before then. So you can't just be like, well, hey, Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out, so it's gonna go up. But
yeah.
That stuff is already priced in because like the market is kind of like over hot right now. But
I guess so. Yeah.
Again, this is the stuff, man, like I get sucked into talking about it on Twitch because I'm like interested in it. And again, there could not be like a more like villainous, oh my God.
That was a beaut. Nice shot.
More like villainous thing to talk about. And also like even people that are like, well, fair play to you are like, I just don't care. It's like such a small percentage of people that are actually interested. But.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like I wouldn't be like comfortable knowing like when to sell and stuff like that. Like I'd always like be second guessing myself. You know what I mean? And I know like I'd be like that, and I feel like I wouldn't enjoy it as much because of that. But maybe it's like, maybe that's just like what everybody feels about it, and it's not actually that big of a deal.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's actually like one of the biggest deals for sure. Is like I think there's a stock adage. What, another great shot. That is like
5185.
Knowing when to buy is like you've already done half the work of selling. So like whenever you get into something, you have like a strategy. Like there's people that I know that have like they bought cryptocurrency. Mm-hmm. And they don't have like a strat, and they're constantly like, I don't know when I'm going to sell. So they're like you ask them questions like, what if it goes 50x? Like, you put, let's say $1,000 in, if it goes to 50,000, are you going to sell it? They're like, I don't know. What if it's going to go like 200?
Yeah. So you don't just like, so a strategy would be like having a threshold where you're like, if it ever gets to this amount, I'm selling no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter what happens.
Yeah. And like maybe you're like, oh, if it goes up 25% I'm gonna pull out, like 25% of the original investment and so on.
Right, right, right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
For some people are just like, I like this company, I bought it, it goes up 50%, and they're like, I don't know, I think it could still go 500, and then it goes down 25, and they're like, I gotta get out of here.
Man, oh man. I gotta look into it. I need to like take like a fresh look at it as well and be like smarter about it and not so like, I don't know, unnecessarily like nervous or like, I don't know, intimidated by it. You know what I mean?
I think it's good, dude. Honestly, like I would rather hear somebody be like, I'm interested in getting into investment, but I'm kind of apprehensive because like everything's like the opposite right now. Like even in my chat, people are like, if you just never sell, you'll never lose money. And I'm like, oh, why didn't Warren Buffett think of that?
Warren Buffett. Have you read like a lot of books and stuff too? Like are you interested enough in it to? Well, okay.
I have been. So I'm reading a book. There's like the fundamental like text for what's called value investing, which is like buying undervalued companies that you actually believe in, is called the Intelligent Investor. So I've been working my way through that, and I've been reading a little bit more of a book that's a little bit more like readable, like it's less of a textbook kind of. It's called One Up on Wall Street by this very famous investor called Peter Lynch.
Right. Okay.
Which are very, very popular. But there's tons. Like there's a staggering amount.
I bet. Yeah. It's a pretty like popular, or I guess like it always has been fairly popular, right? Like,
yeah, I think
people have always been interested in it, and it's like one of those things where people who even don't start off with a lot of money feel like it's a way to make money, right? If they do it right, like learn like all these tips and stuff.
There's like a ton of there's so many aspects of it, like the frugal community, the people who buy like 2-ply toilet paper and then like split it manually at home, and then the financial independence, early retirement community, which is called FIRE. So those people usually like, their whole thing is they save up like one down payment to get a house. And then when they get that down payment, they use that house as collateral to start building like investment properties for themselves and stuff that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. There's like, there's tons of that. I mean, like over here, especially like there's lots of that because it's an affluent place, right? Because it's a tax haven. So there's like lots of trust funds and stuff like that. But I mean, having said that though, like it's something that you'd get involved with if you wanted to, right? It's not something that would ever like seek you out, sort of thing. So
for sure. I mean, my take on it, I think people should just do whatever they're comfortable with. Like I would definitely recommend some level of investment, but you could just literally, I'm sure if you go to your bank, or if you have a guy at the bank already, and you're like, hey, I'd like to invest some money, they'll ask you some questions, and then they'll probably be like, oh, just buy like VGRO or XGRO or whatever the analog is in the UK. But
yeah. Oh, nice. You got it. You were right there. Perfect. Oh.
Whoa! He did it upside down.
He got it. That was fucking really good. I started watching The Expanse. Have you seen that?
Oh, I've seen the first 4 seasons and the first episode of season 5.
Okay. And is it good to keep on going with? I'm on season 2 now and I'm liking it. Like
I would say like in general it gets better as it goes on, actually.
Right, okay.
I like season 4 is kind of a different vibe. I maybe didn't like it as much as season 2 and 3, but season 5 by all accounts so far is like really, really well liked.
Yeah, I hear like a lot of people saying how much they like it, which is good. I mean, I'm coming off the back of watching Dark, which I loved. Better Call Saul, I'm all caught up with, which I love as well. Ted Lasso, I watched it twice. It's like really easy to watch.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it. It's like Apple TV.
Yeah, it's Apple TV. Yeah, it's just a nice sort of like, it just feels like a long romantic comedy, but like not an insufferable one, you know?
Yeah, no, I understand. It's not Notting Hill.
No, yeah, it's not. It's like I don't know. It's just it's just really good. I watched it once on my own, and then while I was watching, I was like, oh, my wife will probably really like this. Like, I'll recommend it to her, and she's like, yeah, I like the sound of that. Can we watch it together? And I was like, oh. So I ended up watching it twice, but it's really easy like to watch. The characters are all like pretty good and stuff. Like it's just a really good show actually. I liked it. So I had like a bit of a void that needed to be filled, you know, like. Oh,
Oh, that was great.
sorry, I think
No, yeah.
did I
Oh,
steal
I
that?
believe. Glad you did. Anything that secures it.
Nice, 8-3. We're absolutely hammering these guys.
We're in the groove now for sure.
All three
Right.
of us were on that, by the way.
The important thing is that Bebop didn't get it.
No, that's true. Yeah, so he's the fall guy. He's got to take the mistakes.
But yeah, the Expanse is really good. The Expanse.
It's
And
just nice
it-
watching sci-fi. Like,
I've said people are gonna laugh. They're gonna be like, "You're the same person." I've gone on the same tangent like 20 times. I'm like, bad sci-fi is like, it's better than most good television.
yeah, I just like I couldn't get into. I used to watch Star Trek: The Next Generation a lot when I was a kid, when it was on TV, and I liked it enough back then. And I was pretty big into Star Wars as well. Like I remember we used to get like Star Wars encyclopedias, and my friend had like a Klingon dictionary and stuff. Like we were pretty into it. I wouldn't say massively into it, but I just
you mean a wiki dictionary? I'm sure, not a.
a which.
Because the Klingons are not from Star Wars.
Oh
They're
no,
from...
yeah, sorry. I flip flopped in between. No, I know.
okay.
I know.
Mistake.
I'm sorry. Sorry about that. No, it was a Klingon dictionary, and we used to watch The Next Generation like quite a bit. Oh my god.
Amazing.
Wait, was that us?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
it was Stingbird.
But I couldn't get into Deep Space Nine or Voyager or anything like that. Like I just couldn't do it. Like I tried. I tried even watching like the most recent Star Trek. You know, the one that was on Netflix or whatever, Discovery or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you watch that?
No, I'm not much of a Star Trek guy. I haven't
No.
been. I also watched Next Generation when I was a kid, but I haven't seen like anything since.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? And Star Wars as well. Like, the prequels get like a lot of hate, and like rightfully so, I guess. But I never noticed much because when I saw the prequels, I saw them once each in the theaters, and that's
Yeah,
it.
so-
I never watched them again. So like I didn't really like. I didn't hate them because I just didn't really remember them. You know, it's only like going back and watching them more recently with my son that I've realized like that they're just kind of bad movies.
Yeah,
Um,
like episode 1 and 2 in particular are like. If
Episode
you watch,
1 is the worst. Oh my god, it's impossible.
you would be well, maybe you wouldn't be amazed. I don't know how much you're aware of the public perception. I watched the prequels all over again in 2015.
Right.
And I agree. Episode 2 sucks and the dialogue is horrible and is boring. But like episode 1 was almost unwatchable.
Yeah,
But-
it was slow as hell. Like I think the only thing that kind of saved it when it first came out was the fact that there just hadn't been a Star Wars for a while, right? And I think
yeah.
the nostalgia alone just sort of carried it. But like if you go back and watch it, oh god, it's fucking tedious. God, it's
Like Jar Jar Binks is always like he's like tripping and getting his tongue stuck in the pod racer engines. and-
No, yeah. It's just there's not that much even happens in it, like, and there's so many forgettable scenes too, like the whole sequence when they're in that like submarine and there's like the big monster
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Does anyone even remember like why they were like what the point was? Like
Well,
it's just
they had to meet Boss Nass.
oh, of course, yeah. I just
I
like
can't remember why, but
yeah, but you know what I mean? There's just so many like weird forgettable scenes and like oh god, it's just I know it's not a hot take, like I'm sure people have been complaining about this for years, but it's fresh enough for me because like I said, I've only gone back and watched them recently with my son. Wow, nice. So it's on my radar now, like
oh, and, I mean, what I was gonna say is, like the public consensus generally is that episode 2 is worse than episode 1. So I'm glad to have
Wow.
somebody.
okay, episode 2 still for me, I have not seen it more than once because after watching The Phantom Menace, again after all those years and hating it. I just couldn't bring myself. Like, my son wanted to watch all the prequels, and I just somehow convinced him to just watch the original trilogy. He'd already seen it, and I was like, let's just watch that again. It's better, right? The music's better and stuff. Like, even though it's like the same. That was the excuse at the time, and he bought it, thankfully. But he still hasn't.
Honestly, like, you could just, if you were watching the prequels, you could just not watch 2, and
Right.
it would not impact like your understanding almost at all.
Yeah, but 2 should have been good, right? With the Clone Wars and stuff. Like, it should have been really good. Like, that. It was like the whole clone army and everything, right? Like, that you'd heard so much about. I don't know. It's a shame.
Like, this thing, like, a lot of the stuff into, I guess there would be some things in episode 3 where you'd be like, what the heck is Saruman doing here or whatever. But
yeah.
he's a bad guy. He's just a
Yeah,
bad
he
guy.
was in it. Yeah, it's true. Count Dooku. Oh. Good night.
I mean, you could skip. You could just turn it into a quadrilogy. You could skip episode 1 and you wouldn't be missing out on too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, episode 3, you're like, okay, this is how the guy becomes Darth Vader, and
Yeah.
that's all I need to know.
My son still hasn't seen that because I remember seeing it, and like I remember the whole like ending sequence with him like getting burnt by lava and everything being a little bit sort of like not violent but maybe upsetting. Like, I don't know, I
Yeah.
always just felt like I didn't want him, because he was like younger than he is now at the time. He was like 6. I was like, I don't know if I really want him to see that sort of thing, so we sort of held off on that one.
You just stop it when they get to Mustafar, and then you're like, and then they lived happily ever after.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan and Anakin talked their problems through and ruled the galaxy together.
Whoa.
There's no way that would work. Oh, it actually.
It was a big bait. You see, they did the split, but then they came back to.
Oh, you think that's what it was?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think they're in a clan. They did it on purpose. Look at this. Because we're getting to the dizzying heights. I'm in gold now, by the way.
You are, yeah.
Thank you for the carry. That's great.
This is the first time I've ever played Rocket League where I have been like the guy on the top of the skill curve.
No, this has been great for me. For once, I don't look like a total jackass playing a game. Like
Yeah, because we're pretty close. Like when you play with Apollo, Dumb Dog, it's like you'll never touch. Like, because I played Rocket League with him many times. You go up for the ball, he's just gonna hit it first. Like, you don't have to do anything at all.
Yeah, he just like he can do the flying thing and control it so well. The ball's in midair, he'll get it, sort of thing, right?
He's very disappointed as well. Like, if he sets you up and you don't hit a shot that would be like a 1% chance for me to hit, but like 98 for him, he's always like, Ryan, and I'm like,
oh, I never experienced that side of Dumb Dog, but
maybe he's not as familiar with you yet. So
no,
he's
yeah,
more...
I don't think we're at the point where he'd get mad at me for missing a shot. Maybe though, I don't know.
Soon maybe.
He has team killed me in Tarkov a couple of times.
By accident, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, for sure, but you know what I mean? It's not me killing him though, it's him killing me, so I feel like maybe that'll give me like some street points or something towards not getting in trouble for missing whoa! Oh shit, that almost went in.
That's actually like the catalyst for like why I quit playing. That's totally my bad, by the way. One of the reasons that I quit playing Tarkov in the first place, we used to play like 4-player Tarkov for a couple of weeks every Tuesday. And then there was a stream where I got team killed like at least 3 times. I remember one, we were like, are we going to take the shot? Are we going to take the shot? And then I finally said yes, and then I got shot in the head by Dan. And then another, a friend of ours named Mouth, he was fighting the scav, and the scav was just like about to kill him. So I shot the scav in the head, and I said, "You're welcome." And then he turned around and shot me in the head, and then he said, "I thought you were a scav."
Oh no.
And that was about where I was like, you know what? Maybe.
Yeah.
maybe
It can produce some very salty moments with friends, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It is that kind of game. I was playing with Dumb Dog and Steve the other night. Steve Suptic, who plays Among Us with us and stuff. And we were in dorms, and it was just this constant thing where it's like, is that you? Who's this? Like you know, like, because you can't tell who's on your team and stuff, right? So we're just running around the map pretty much by ourselves. I don't think we encountered anyone else, but the whole time everybody's like, is this you? Who's this by the dumpster? Like running up, face checking to see who it was and everything. And then I walk into dorms on customs, you know, like the buildings like tucked away at the side of customs. Oh, nice goal, by the way. And I walk upstairs and I get shot in the leg. And I was like, wait, there's somebody here? Like, who just shot me in the leg? I turn around and Steve is like retreating into a room and closing the door. Like I think he just sort of like got scared and shot at the first person he saw, but didn't realize that it was, whoa, sorry, I was on the ball there.
Oh, no problem.
And then felt so bad that he then retreated into a room and closed the door, thinking that maybe I wouldn't notice or something. I don't know, but I was crippled. I couldn't even walk. Like,
You threw a grenade in there,
I just had to hobble out off them. Oh shit! These guys are really good.
Yeah, these guys they're on the way up for sure.
Yeah,
They're
these
on the
guys,
ascendant.
they're going places for sure. But yeah, no, it is that kind of game, right? It's because it's meant to be really realistic. You don't always know where your teammates are. There's no indicator.
I need that, especially like I've long been of the opinion I need less immersive games for one. And if anything, I could start using like a HUD in real life would be very useful.
Oh my god.
You know, dude, I'm gonna delete the bot after this because that actually seems like an amazing startup.
Well,
like, can you imagine? But imagine if you had like in your brain there was just a module and it kept like to-do list in the top left corner of your vision all day.
Well,
but you
I think it exists already though, and it's called Google Goggles.
They botched that. We could do better.
Oh,
great goal.
Nice. Is that still a thing though? Are they still around?
No, I think that project got like discontinued.
Wait, is it Google Goggles or was it Google Glasses or something?
Glass, yeah.
Oh, Glass. All right, okay. Yeah, but that kind of gave you like the Terminator HUD, right? I mean,
yeah.
You couldn't like check somebody's vitals or whatever from it, but like I'm sure it had like meet Tina for coffee or whatever. Like I'm sure that stuff was possible, no?
I think so, yeah. But the problem for me is I need like prescription Google Glass, and I don't know if they ever got around to making that.
Yeah,
I don't know how you make a high fidelity screen that's also like a minus 12.0 corrective frame.
Oh my god. I don't know if I would use them. I think I like just you know, I was happy enough replacing my watch with a phone eventually.
Right.
And I think that's about the extent of it, you know? I'm happy to just do stuff on my phone.
I do kind of like, you know, it's a common bit for me for sure, but I want less smart devices in my life and more dumb devices.
Yeah.
Like I mind having a fridge that doesn't have like a, you know, AI controlled grocery list on it or whatever. Like I'm happy having like a printer that doesn't require accessing AWS web services to work and stuff like that. But
yeah.
I do. How amazing would it be though if you were talking, and you know sometimes you talk, you get distracted, you go on a tangent. What was I talking about? And then you could just like scroll up and be like, oh, that's right.
That would be kind of cool, actually. So as you're talking, your field of vision with your Google Goggles, let's just say that these things are still going, it would be like, kind of like when you're in court and the woman or man, I guess now, or, you know, person, I should have said originally, the person is typing up what's being said, but the goggles do it for you, and then you can scroll back up.
You winning the
I'd like to strike that from the record, please.
Yeah, I'd like to strike my
I was sure
sexism from the record for that one.
later treatment. I didn't think you would actually play 1v1, let alone win.
Then again, though, I'm
Good
sure
job.
like, oh, you'd, because if you think it's bad now, like I'm sure if you work and you're like, you know, important, like you check your email like 1 a.m. or something like that. Sometimes they're like, oh, the servers are on fire. It'd be way worse if you were just, like at home, you had glasses on and like alarms started popping off.
Oh, that would be the worst. That would be so like intrusive, right? Like imagine you know like a sleeping mask.
Yeah.
Like that maybe your grandpa wears. Like I don't know if like people use those nowadays.
Your grandma for that matter.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
grandma. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to to offend. But imagine this glasses idea in line inside a sleeping mask for emergencies like that as well. That would suck, actually.
Yeah. Sometimes I like disconnecting.
Yeah, same. I think it's healthier to disconnect
Oh, definitely.
fairly often, in fact. Like, I don't know. It's
Think about here from time to time. Like I think about, like how long would it have taken you to gather 1,000 opinions about yourself, like 1,000 honest opinions about who you are as a person?
yeah.
In the year 1900, unless you were like the president of the United States, you'd never get there.
No,
You would
wouldn't.
never get 1,000 honest criticisms or compliments.
No, because I think most of the criticisms would just be you piece of trash. Because most people were street urchins, like back in those times. I think, unless you were like, like a foppish dandy or like some sort of
A different
wealthy
language.
titan of industry. Like it's.
Foppish dandies there were in.
I think there's probably a few kicking around, like just flopping around, just being dandy and stuff. But like, yeah, I mean, I think that for the most part, oh shit! Oh no, he blocked it.
Setup. Oh, for them. Okay.
I think you could easily get the opinions, but they would just all be the same, right?
Yeah, maybe that's what it's like. Like maybe people haven't changed that much. It's just the access to the information.
Yeah, and like obviously like social classes and stuff have changed a lot. Like back then I don't think there was that much of a middle class, right? There was just like the elite and then
Back to, but
street people. Yeah. It feels like it. I mean, if like Oliver Twist is anything to go by, which I mean, come on.
of course, yeah.
Oh, there you go. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the middle class started sort of like developing kind of after World War II more than anything, right? Before that, there wasn't really a middle class. It was just like you were either like a highfalutin member of the establishment or whatever, or you were just like really poor.
Yeah, you're like
Oh,
you were the
shit.
king, or you were the guy who like delivers carrots to the king.
Yeah, exactly. There was no in between, right?
Like the king's parsnip farmer or whatever.
Just really love carrots. Lots of them. What a
I-
job
that's-
that would be, eh?
Kind of like I'm very glad. Like I've never been one of those men who was like, oh, I grew up in like the wrong generation, right? Like if I wish I grew up in like Sparta or something like that.
Yeah,
It
me
really
too.
doesn't play to my strengths. But every now and then I'm like, man, I would be very screwed for sure
Yeah.
if we were.
Oh my god.
But I also think there's a chance that like I could be like the king's. I could be like the king's funny friend who he gives like one of those awful jobs, like cleaning out the toilet.
Oh.
But also he keeps him around just because he amuses him from time to time. But eventually he'll make the wrong joke and get executed.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, even then, I wouldn't have wanted to clean out any of those toilets back then. Like, the toilets that you and I are used to are kind of a marvel, really. Like, fairly clean. I mean, I say clean. I wouldn't lick one, obviously, but cleaner than like an 1800s toilet, right?
Without a doubt.
I mean, because I don't even think they had working sewers and stuff back then. I think most of that was built sort of in the Victorian era, right?
Can you think of the last time you used a toilet, like an outhouse or a porta potty or whatever they're called?
Yeah, the last time would have been when I went on my big portage. I shit in a hole in the ground.
Bury it after? Or do you
No,
just
it
kinda,
was a designated shitting spot. Like
okay.
there was no seat or anything though. It was actually, I think like for the duration of your portage, because it was like to an island, a little island that we camped on. You just pooped in this hole, and then I think like the rangers would come after and bury it or dispose of it or something. I don't know, but like,
Well, there are still people that do the job apparently.
yeah. Well, I guess I mean,
People something, so it's okay.
Yeah, but
Well,
yeah, it was kind of weird, I guess. I mean, I am used to using a toilet, you know, like
it's just better.
it is just better, but it. Oh god, that
Oh
was so
my
close. That would have been really close. But yeah, it's an odd sensation pooping not in a toilet.
I don't know. I don't know if I could do it honestly.
No, like you,
I mean, I
and
could
like when you're a
about it.
baby, obviously you poop in your pants a lot.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. I know. So,
Well,
that was a very interesting goal. But I ran this by my YouTube viewers a long time ago. I understand that potty training is hard for a kid,
yeah.
but I sort of like I'm so far away from it,
Yes.
both as a human adult and as a father, that I don't get it. I'm like, why don't you just not poop in your pants and go sit on this box instead? You know?
They just can't. They don't know. They don't understand it at all. Some good potty training advice for you, by the way, if you want it. You won't need it for a while, because like generally, I feel like maybe my kids are like different to other kids, but I feel like sort of like between 3 and 4 is like the best time to do it.
Okay.
So you still got years. Like over here, they start school a little bit earlier, I think, than they do in Canada. Like especially with the cutoff and stuff. You like nursery school. Like your kid could end up going to nursery school at like the age of 3, which is kind of young.
Yeah.
But you can kind of potty train them. But honestly, like with both of ours, we didn't push it. We just let them sort of like do it when they were ready. You know what I mean? Like we had a potty and it just went unused for the longest time until they were kind of like ready to use it. And then one day, like this happened with both my kids. One day we like went in the living room and they were just like pooing in the potty. Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Like something just clicked and they were just ready to do it, you know?
I kind of like. I still just don't get. I guess like we holding in number 2 is kind of like second nature. Now you do it all the time. I mean, technically, we're doing it right now.
Yeah.
In some ways, but I guess you got to build up the muscles or something.
It's good. Yeah, it's a muscle thing for sure, right? Like
I think now I would blow like a tendon or something to try to poop in my pants because I got such a mental block. Like,
oh yeah, no, you couldn't. I don't think you could. It would just feel so. Well, I mean, the other thing as well is that like, I mean, when you take the size of a baby and then take the size of their poo, the ratio there is completely different to an adult taking a full like, you've had Christmas dinner, and then the next day you take a poo. Like that's a big one, right? Like,
sure, yeah. I'm not on an exclusively milk diet.
Exactly, yeah. So like, for me, that's not fitting in my pants at all. Like that's
true.
that's not a snug fit. You know, that's going everywhere. I don't know.
I honestly think if we play this thought experiment from time to time, but if somebody like put a gun to my head and was like, shit your pants. I would be like, I'm gone.
I would do it. I'd be really relieved actually, because of all the things they could ask me to do. I'd actually be really happy with that one. Because like, I don't know, like think of all the fucking weird shit that they could think up, right? If they had a gun to your head.
I do. If someone put a gun to your head, what's your favorite movie of all time? You know,
The Phantom Menace.
Oh no.
I can't admit it. This is too much. Just make me shit my pants instead. I'll do that.
There you go. That's a great bit. You got a whole sketch comedy thing going in there.
Jesus Christ. Oh man, I can't do the backflips. I'm really bad at them, like timing them.
Practice for sure. Like I spend too much time doing backflips.
Oh.
People get very very mad at me.
Oh.
This does have to be my my last one though. I gotta pass the stream
torch
to my wife.
Yeah, no, that's fine. How long have we been going for?
3 hours. 3
Jeez.
hours flies by.
Man, once again, and not to gush too much, I have to say, I have enjoyed doing content with you. It's been really good.
I think we got like a great fit.
Yeah.
I also it's the other thing, like about. I guess we're not middle age, but it's like
No,
being
I
a
am.
little. Is okay. Well, one of us is middle age. One of us is still like a young talent.
A young strapping young buck, yeah.
I feel like when I watch like well, not that many younger streamers, but like someone's like 25, they're like shy to be like, oh, I had a great time.
Yeah.
Like a little older, you're like, that was a lot of fun. And if they're like, I hated it, you're like, okay, well, fair
Yeah.
play.
Yeah, I mean, I think the older you get, you just kind of realize that like you know, there's consequence to what you say, but you just don't really care, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'll say this thing and if I get rejected or whatever, I'll still carry on. Like it's not that big of a deal. I think when you're younger, especially
Yeah.
social stuff is like crucial, right? Like you don't want to be
Plus,
messing up social interactions, but I don't know.
as streamers, like we're so used to being donut walled anyway.
That's
So,
true, yeah.
so sometimes I'll make what I consider to be like a 10 out of 10 joke, and then, people will just not even. They're like, "Sorry, I was thanking a subscriber." And I'm like, "Oh, no big deal."
Yeah, and it's just
You
like
get used to rejection.
you just miss out on the magic though, like if you're not paying attention.
That's my take
Sometimes
on
you
it.
just get that great joke, great delivery, great timing, everything. The moon and the stars align.
But yeah, we should. The Minecraft stuff sounds.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds.
I'll set us up a server and we can do like well, however you guys want. If you guys want to do like a bunch of people, we can do that. If you guys just want to use it for, like when I'm not around, it'll be on 24/7, go for it sort of thing, like I feel like it could just be a fun thing that we just, do from time to time
Yeah,
and then
I would.
slowly
Yeah.
it just builds up into something and get other people involved or whatever, and it's just such a nice backdrop for this kind of stuff. Having said that though, this has been pretty good too because it's
Yeah, but like I hear you, and I've been having this conversation a lot on my end, especially as I've been doing like more kind of like pseudo game content, more like unrelated to video game content.
yeah,
Is like even this, like the car ball is mostly kind of secondary,
yeah.
to the conversation. Minecraft is definitely more of like a kind of like a natural banter engine, I guess.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, we did like a lot of our early content was in it, and I think people kind of like the mix of like banter, but then we did like sort of like these stupid little stories or whatever. But that kind of stuff works too. I don't like. Have you seen like the offline TV Rust stuff with like all the different streamers joining
I'm
it?
following it, but I'm one step. I'm like an isolationist. I'm like Twitch's Switzerland, or have been up to this point.
Yeah,
So I have like no international relations department, and nobody I know is in it. So I'm also kind of on the outside, like the
yeah.
Russell Crowe from Les Miserables.
I'm kind of the same. I don't really like. I know some people who are in it, but like I don't know anybody. Like I would never get an invite to something like that. Like I'm not.
Yeah, because
I don't know anybody that well,
Too. They're like, hey, whoa, great stream. A little on the short side today. It was only 17 hours. See you bright and early. I'm like, come on, man. I don't have time for that.
That's a fuck. Oh my god, 17 hours, eh? Well, do you have like a limit for like? I guess well, you do have one, but like, when do you find that you're just like you're done, like streaming, like 3-4
Like,
hours, something like that?
I would say on a day like today, where like there's been relatively little. It's not like it's exhausting to interact with chat, but you're like it takes a lot of energy to like read something that's obviously designed to make you angry and then not respond to it.
Yeah,
And,
that's true. Yeah.
keep things going. But on a day like today, I could go for like 8 hours and just be hungry. But sometimes, like on particularly the shows that we runs on like Mondays, we're like you're redline the whole time trying to keep banter and improv and this, and you're playing the game simultaneously, and somebody in chat is like being rude and somebody in chat's being like really nice but almost in kind of like a weird way, and you're
Yeah.
balancing like these 10 sliders, and by the end of it I'm like I just need to sit in like a quiet room for a bit.
Yeah, I get that. There's some days are just like that, right? And then other days are just super easy. You just like you could stream for like 8 hours, you get to the end of it, and it's just been you've just kind of coasted through it, but in a nice way. You're like
Yeah.
stuck into a game that you really like, or you're hanging out with people that you really like or whatever, and you just feel like you could just keep going forever sort of thing. I guess it's just like that. It's like You know, people always say that it's like any other job in some ways, but it really is, I suppose. You know, it's like anything, right? It just has ups and downs and stuff, but it just feels like there's more ups because you get to play games.
I think that's a very good synopsis for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, I'll let you know about this Minecraft stuff. Maybe like next week we can we can do it, or at least start it and see what it's like. And if it sucks, we can just like go back to fishing or whatever. It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, no, I'd love to keep this going on a regular basis for sure.
Sweet. All right. Excellent. Well, thank you very much for the carry through Rocket League. I'm like in gold now. Wait till I tell everybody. Wow.
I got the gold in Rocket League.
Yeah.
But don't get too excited because there's gold and then platinum, diamond, champion, grand champion. So gold is like it's like a third of the way up the ladder.
Oh God. That's a lot of steps on the ladder. Jesus.
Oh, and then Supersonic Legend. I forgot that Supersonic Legend exists as well.
How many people are in Supersonic Legend?
I think like 5.
Oh my God.
For sure.
I love the title though, Supersonic Legend. That's great. Cool. All right. Well, good luck with your baby and stuff, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Later.
See you later. Bye. We've done it again, chat. Another successful mandate with Northernlion. Great. Lots of dad chat today, but good dad chat. Yeah. Great stream. Great stream. Was that a good? Very good? You're liking it. Good. It sounds like we might be doing some Minecraft as well, which could be good. Get Dan. We'll get Northernlion, of course, and anybody else that we can muster together that fits well. I think it's like one of those things where if we plan it out nicely and get people who fit well, it'll be really good. I think it could be really nice. Are people playing Tarkov right now? Do you want to play some Tarkov? Lego Talk World. What time is it right now? It's like midnight, chat. Dumb dog. Okay, I don't want to just barge in though. Should I ask them? Some Tarkov.